Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. God damn it.
Oh, this
There you
worked
go.
out way better than I thought. I may have to lower this a little bit.
Yo, yo.
Hey,
What's going on?
not much.
Hold on a second. I need to grab my tray. Okay.
Oh, 4:30 my ass.
Had to get a new battery, some new filters, fucking transmission flushed.
Oh, I know. I know how that goes. Trust me. Like I fucking bought a lot of new things, and I fixed my trucks. I fixed the T-stat. I did the temperature coolant replacement, the gauge for it.
Yeah.
And then the storm hit. I hydroplaned and wrecked my car. So what?
Ouch.
Mm-mm.
That sucks, bro.
Right there, or right over here, but not on the back. All right, cool. Yeah, it is what it is, and there's not very much I can do about it. I gotta grab me a cell phone tripod so I can do this so much better. Because right now I have my desk like lifted. Luckily, my desk is one of those standing up desks. So,
All right, go for it. Where is he? Come on.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Talking. Why is this not working?
I don't know. Have Romero request you.
He did.
Oh, should I leave and then should I request?
No, because he should be able to just hop on in. There he is.
Oh,
Every
wait. I do this
time.
wrong every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every
Every
time.
time. Listen, that's becoming my trademark is like the reverse camera angle every single time. Wait, have y'all been here long? I think I got the notification late though.
No, we just started.
Oh, good shit, good
Just
shit. Fellas,
started.
fellas. Good to be here, man. I feel like it's been like 8 months since the last stream, man. This shit's been too fucking long.
Yeah.
Too long.
Okay.
What's up with y'all though, man? How's everything? How'd everything go with the vehicle situation? Okay, everything cool with that, bro?
So far it's pretty good. My car is so it's been early. It's been early. So from my understanding that my car is like this close to being totaled, but it's still salvageable with this much. So like
I mean, I would say I feel your pain, but I don't own a vehicle myself, so I can't. I'm gonna try to, I'll try to relate as much as I can. Like I got a hell of imagination, so I'll try to relate as much as I can.
so
But we
the
made
car's
it
like
here,
this.
though. We made it. We made it here.
Yeah.
That is Wait, where did Johnny go? Johnny just disappeared.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, he does. Did you watch the Scream teaser trailer? Johnny said he watched it. Did you
No,
watch it?
I haven't. I haven't. I've been trying to avoid trailers so I can try to do trailer reactions. Turns out my internet at home not very good for me to do trailer reactions. It makes it all choppy when I try recording on Zoom. So I'm gonna try to do it at work and see how it goes from there. It might be just one of those things for Zoom, like makes things choppy on purpose because I'm kind of recording from the internet. So
Yeah, yeah. I need to know your thoughts on that. Johnny, I was asking him if he had saw the Scream trailer. He said he hadn't watched it yet. I know you said you watched it, the less is more thing. You said you worked it worked a lot better. I watched it about 18 times, and I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Like I really am. I don't want to. I want to give Radio Silence a chance, man. But it's like it's Scream. It's Scream fucking 6. Like, come on, man. Don't do us like that.
well, I
I
haven't
get
seen
what you're saying with the less is more though technique.
the newer Scream movie either too.
Oh, you haven't seen the one that came out in January?
No, I haven't.
It like for me, it seemed like Wes Craven never left the scene. Like you could tell there's little differences here and there, like in the direction and in the writing, but you could tell Kevin Williamson, being Wes Craven's right hand man, still had his hand in the shit, and it was still in the spirit of Wes Craven. Like it didn't really miss a beat from. You could differentiate all the other Scream movies and pick and choose the best and the worst or the weakest, whatever. But it still felt like it was in the essence of a. It's. Huh? No, listen. First of all, Scream 3 is a national treasure. I don't give a fuck. We're not going to do that tonight. We're not doing that tonight.
You guys don't.
We will not.
You guys don't mind me doing a live reaction right now?
Yeah, go
Because I haven't brought it up. I can watch the trailer right
You
now.
want to?
Yeah, I can do it right
Yeah,
now.
go ahead.
Go for it.
Go ahead, please. Like, yeah. Listen, this some new shit. Yeah, go ahead, please.
All right. For everyone that has joined, I will say, as an editor that does things for a living, please understand that trailers are meant to make you want to go see the movie. They should not tell you to go see the movie. So, let me see how this trailer comes out. It's by Spyglass.
I feel like I should make that an Instagram post
Yeah, go for it.
about teaser trailers. Yeah, I should use that. I feel like I got to credit you like 18% for that shit.
There's a train.
Yeah, I'm liking it already.
Shit's making me want to watch it again right now.
Oh, I like that. They had two people. Yeah,
Look
that's definitely
Johnny. Look at Johnny.
Go see the
Look at Johnny. Johnny's like, look at Johnny. He's like, up. He's like, come on, bring it home.
Yeah.
Johnny's like, bring it home.
But you also need to understand too that this is just a teaser.
Teaser. That's what a teaser
I know.
be. Yeah. So
I know, man, and I know, and one of the things I had text Johnny, like I asked him, did he see the trailer? He was like, he loves the less is more aspect, and I'm like, I'm a brat. Like at this point, I did not trust Scream 4 coming out as as many years after Scream 3, but Scream 4, while it's the weakest in the series for me, I still enjoy it. Like I don't hate it. I still enjoyed it. It's like the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I don't hate any of those movies except the remake. I can still enjoy it. But I know. Listen, unpopular opinion. I know. Listen.
We're gonna wait till March to have that discussion. Believe me.
No, we can. When we reviewed Scream 6, we can. But it's like that last movie was so good for radio like directors, multiple directors to jump on a project that Wes Craven had. Like that was his baby. For them to jump on it and make it like seamless. It was so fucking good, man. It was so well done, and they moved the story past Sidney Prescott. That was a ballsy move, and I was like, okay, cool. So I just wanted more, man. I know it was a teaser. I know like the one that I watched was only a minute long,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, I don't know what my expectations are, but I want to just be like, oh, I can't wait to see it. But then at the end, I was like, like I started doing a trailer reaction for it, and I hit the stop button on the audio, and I was like, no, I'm not putting this out because it's not worth the trailer reaction. Like I'll do like a green screen on TikTok or some shit, but I'm like, no, I can't because they didn't give me anything to go on except Mindy might die. And first of all, if Ghostface is on a train in New York City about to murder this girl, like he's going to get beat the fuck up. Like nobody thinks he's going to get stomped out on this train. Like everybody, I get it. It's kind of a callback to Scream 2. It's kind of a callback to Scream 2 where he's just floating around in the middle of everybody, but it's just weird, man. It's like Ghostface takes
So,
Manhattan.
Yeah.
There was a story out of L.A. I think it was like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, somewhere in the 90s. Someone on the metro got stabbed. He got stabbed
To
right in the
death?
hole in the train, right? Everyone's there. They put him in the seat, and he goes around L.A. twice as a dead body before anyone ever noticed that he was dead.
True story?
That's a true story.
That was on oh my god, what's that fucking movie?
Collateral.
Oh, it was with Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. That was a true story?
That's a true story. That's a true story.
Damn.
Oh, y'all hardcore out there, man.
5 years ago, there was a woman in a Walmart parking lot dead. And she was there for 3 days before anyone noticed that she was dead.
Oh. Yo, that's fucked up. If they do Mindy, I'm gonna be mad if they do Mindy like that because she was my favorite character in the last movie. She was basically like the biracial Randy. You know, her and Jenna Ortega. Only reason Jenna Ortega probably wasn't my favorite character in the movie is because they Laurie Strode her in Halloween Kills and Halloween 2, like the original Halloween 2. Like they just had her bedridden and she was just like, like pushing herself along and shit. But I think that this trailer, like a lot of trailers, I think that this is a little misleading though. Maybe this is the opening sequence. Maybe this is the final sequence. I don't know.
It's actually quite the opposite. It's actually very smart the way they did it because they open up with automatic tension. And the first thing that they show you is Ghostface as a recollection to it because it's always going to be Ghostface. But when you see multiple ones and then see the reactions of the characters, you're just like, okay, like what's really going on? And as the lights start to, kind of go in and out a lot, like non-New Yorkers are going to be like, oh, somebody's supernatural or like what's really going on because they're really feeling the scene. New Yorkers like that's the shit that happens all the time, lights.
That's every day, yeah.
That's every day, and no one's going to realize. But
listen, I don't want to be a brat, but let's put some spec on the GOAT Michael Myers name because Michael did it first when he was in the in the 2018 movie when he was in the yard with the stop motion lights or the motion lights and he kept getting closer and closer. Michael did it first. That's all I'm saying. Hashtag Michael did it first. That's it.
Did it first.
He did do it first, bro.
Don't forget Jason was in New York also. But anyways, I'm just saying.
He was.
But I'm just saying that, like the movie, like the trailer starts off with tension and it builds up from there and it just hooks you immediately. And I think it's really smart that they did that. Far as like your question, like far as like your like the understanding towards the end of the teaser, I mean, far as us like trying to like write movies and we know movies are usually sometimes predictable. And we don't even know either, too, if this scene's even going to end up in the movie. Because sometimes with teasers,
true.
Sometimes that don't make the movie. But that ending where he covers her mouth and stabs her, you hear the stabbing. Like, the great sound design in there.
You hear it.
Time on that. But if it does end up in the movie, I feel like that scene is where they want to show you and make you hear what you saw. And then all of a sudden have the lights cut out and Ghostface again blends into the crowd. And that's the only way I can make it that I feel that it would work in like just story beats and how they have to write things and how to have it where it's like, oh my God, where'd he go? And it's just like it's a little predictable that he kind of got away, you know. So
Yeah.
unless
I mean, look,
unless like they did see him and he did run and blend into the crowd, and then when they finally catch him, guess what? It's not the ghost face that stabbed him, since there's like 5 of them on that fucking train.
It is, and it's a lot of.
Yeah.
And another thing that I didn't notice, and I'm like, okay, I can appreciate that. There was a lot of Easter eggs in that trailer. There was a chick running down the subway stairs dressed like Samara Weaving, who's in Scream 6. Dressed like Samara Weaving in Ready or Not. She's got like the white dress
Yeah.
on with the bullets wrapped around her. There's somebody who's got the mask from it's a fucking found footage movie. I think it's called Creep. Um, it's like a is it called Creep? It's a wolf like mask.
Or something like that.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an Easter egg for that. Of course, there's 2 guys in Jason masks, of course, because you're in New York. I just like I'm just a fucking brat at this point. I really hope that the movie. I hope the next trailer is great, and I hope the movie's good. Like I don't want a Scream movie to be bad. This is one of the best slasher franchises that we got like left. The best whodunits that we have, and I just wanted more from the trailer. Like I was like, oh my god, we have so many survivors, and what one OG survivor that's coming back because Nev Campbell supposedly is not coming back. We got Courtney Cox. I knew we probably wouldn't see her in the trailer, but I just wanted a little bit more. That's
I don't know. I'd be a little bit more worried about the actual first official trailer more so than this teaser. The teaser, I think they did a really good job on that, but once the actual first trailer comes out, then that's where more speculations, more ideas, and where you either get really stoked for the film or you start to kind of reserve and be like, oh shit.
right.
You know,
So
I mean,
thank you for everyone that's joining us. We're going over our thoughts of the Scream teaser trailer. Aaron just did a live reaction on it right now. I actually liked the teaser trailer a lot. I thought it built, like Terrence pointed, built a lot of tension. It makes you feel like you want to go see the movie, not like you have to go see the movie. I really do. I am excited because for a long time I was not excited about this movie. Not excited. I was not excited about this fucking movie, and so
how you really feel,
this
Johnny.
teaser has made me more
Right,
excited.
exactly.
So
He said, "Tell us how you really feel."
and I think that Campbell should be gone. She should be done from this franchise, in my opinion. This is
Thank
Melissa
you.
Perez. This is Melissa Perez.
We've talked about this before too. Yes, we talked about this before. Yeah, go ahead, bud. But we have definitely talked about this, and I agree wholeheartedly.
It's their story now, and let them run with it the way how they see fit. You know,
Yep.
I hope Radio Silence does take chances though, and I hope they don't do like a Marvel thing where it's just very formulaic. I hope these are daring filmmakers. If you watch their films, from Ready or Not to anything from Southbound to VHS, they are very creative filmmakers, and they're willing to push boundaries. So I hope they're willing to do this. This is Jenna Ortega, I think as Melissa Barrera said, that this one is more in line with their personality rather than Wes Craven's. So hopefully we'll see some very unique creative decisions made in this film. So
yeah. And you know what? I agree with that shit too, because I like that. Okay, we're gonna like when Radio Silence picked up the Scream series and Spyglass and all that type of stuff. I like that they kept things in line. Like I said, it was seamless. It felt like it belonged with Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one, if it feels different for a 6th entry, I'm cool with that. I want Radio Silence to put their official stamp on things. I want them, and I say this all the time with certain directors. I'm gonna make some bold claims right now, y'all, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I like when directors take the gloves off. Like I understand when directors jump on to well-oiled machines as far as franchises go, and they have to. Okay, we got to kiss the ring, we got to please the fans, and we got to please the creators and get the creators on board. And if the creator died, then we have to get his right-hand man on board and so on and so forth and da-da-da. I understand that. But you do that for the first movie. Kind of like, and I hate to always use this as an example, but kind of like what David Gordon Green did with Halloween 2018. He got John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis back on board. Played it a little too close to the vest for some fans in that 2018 movie, but Halloween Kills, whether people like it or not, he let it rip. Took the fucking gloves off. Same thing Rob Zombie did with with Halloween 2. And I do hope that they do this with Scream 6, man. I hope they put their own stamp on it and they put their own flair on it, and I hope it's great. I don't know, man. Like everybody keeps saying Stu is going to pop back up. Are y'all fans of that? Like, do y'all want Stu Marker to come back in the series?
There is a leak.
I don't know how I feel about
behind
that.
the scenes, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. So yes,
a leaked photo of behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's on set. He was on set. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a photo of him.
I mean, he was in Scream 5. I mean, he did voiceover when Ghostface is flaming that flamethrower, and he's like, "This shit is lit." That's Matthew Lillard's voice, so technically,
yeah, that's Matthew
Scream
Lillard.
5.
That's not Stu's voice.
No, but it's like you go back and watch that first Scream movie, that motherfucker's dead, man. She dropped the TV on his face,
and he got electrocuted. Motherfucker must have some super serum on him, dude.
Yeah, they might listen. Scream is about to go supernatural, and if they go that route, like, are we cool with that? If Scream goes supernatural and be like, oh, Stu came back from the dead or some shit like that, and he's teaming up with Roman from Scream 3, which everybody hates.
Then you just jump this shark into the ring of fire, and then you just no.
Yeah, the franchise will just crash and burn after that.
They come up with the chick from The Ring.
Yeah. Then you got to start merging franchises after that. Fuck that.
I mean,
nope. Nah, it's not gonna work. No, I mean, I dig y'all points, man. I'm just a brat, man. I wanted so much more from the trailer, man. I really did. It's still one of my, like, listen, spoiler alert, it's still, as far as our content goes tonight, it's still one of my most anticipated for next year. Hands down. Hands fucking down, because the last movie was so good, and everybody just hated on the last Scream movie and was like, oh, Radio Silence they recycled the same shit over and over, and it's like Scream movies have to have a particular, like, DNA to them. Yeah, they have to have, exactly, they got to have a particular formula to them for them to work, and they did that, but the way that they did it was modern, it was throwback, they did a little bit of everything in that movie, so it captured all audiences. And I thought they did a good fucking job with that. So I like that it's in good hands right now. This is one of the few franchises that is in really good hands right now for the time being. So that's that.
Yes, I will agree with that. I did enjoy the new Scream film that came out in January. I thought it had a lot to say about toxic fandoms, which, Aaron, I think you should watch it, because as like our show goes, like, we always talk about toxic fandoms and shit like that. They make really great points, and I think you would really enjoy what they're saying about it. It's particularly Star Wars fans. And that's one thing, too, that they always talk. I hate to fucking do this, but it's Star Wars fans that are always the ones that say,
be careful. We might get flooded. We might get flooded for the first time on our show.
Like, come on.
I'm ready.
Look at Twitter and then fucking see all those Star Wars fans out there. I mean, it's no different than Snyderverse fans or Marvel fans, Disney fans. It's, every fandom has a toxic fandom. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is.
No, but that Star Wars fandom is a different type of darkness, man. It is definitely. I've never, and I'm not even a Star Wars buff like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Return of the Jedi. I love Revenge of the Sith. Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite of the original trilogy. I love Revenge of the Sith. I love Rogue One. Solo was cool. And like, I still have to see the last two. What was it? Rise of Skywalker and some other shit. But those Star Wars fans, I stay out of those comment sections because those Star Wars fans are fucked up, man. Like, they be like, I'll kill you and everybody you love if you hate this movie. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't like
That's
Ewoks that much. I
that's no
don't.
lie either, man. That's no fucking lie.
Oh,
You go on
oh,
fucking
fuck
YouTube
that,
or
man.
TikTok, bro. You be seeing these motherfuckers, dude. These Star
Yeah,
Wars fans
yep.
are vicious. I'm telling you.
I
Yeah.
know you. I know you deal with that shit a lot too, cause you stitch a lot of those videos, bro. Like, and I'll be cracking the fuck up, cause like you'll stitch a lot of those videos or like duet a lot of those videos. That shit's hilarious, cause these people's fandom really is toxic, and it's like we can't just enjoy movies anymore. If we love them, cool. If we hate them, fine. But these people are just like, what's your IP address? You hate Darth Maul? I'll fucking kill your family, type of stuff.
God.
It's like, what? Like, it's
I'm
just a movie, bruh.
I'm a huge
You
Star
still got
Wars fan,
Ray
dude, and
Park as
I
Toad
even
in
get
X
sick and
Men.
tired of their freaking fandom as well. It just I mean, like, come on, really? My thing more was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that Senator Palpatine, with his old wrinkly balls, he got it on and made Rey his family lineage? That's fucking nuts. Like, I stirred
To
the
be
pot
fair, she
that
was a
way.
clone.
Well,
To be fair, she was a
well,
clone.
thanks for the spoiler alert. Thanks for the spoiler alert, man. God damn. Well, now I know they're fucking related. I didn't even know that was a plot twist at some point. I still had to watch the last two. I saw The Force Awakens. I didn't see the Rise of
There,
Skywalker or The
I
Last
saved
Jedi.
you. I saved
Thank
you. I
you.
saved you 4 hours of your life. All right.
Listen, no, that's not spoiler. I'm not like a Star Wars geek like that, man. But they're related for real.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no
Oh
joke.
shit, they went crazy with that lineage in that series, man.
Well, because everyone was bitching about it. Like, I love the direction that they're finally gonna have a character that's not part of the fucking Skywalker family lineage, and then they're like, "Now you need to make it this way," and I'm like, "Fucking shit!" I'm slowly
Dark,
turning to being like, you know what? Maybe Ryan Johnson did actually have something going for him. Like, yes, I know he didn't respect the source material, and it is the shit movie out of the three, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? This is a really great fuck you to the fans. So
Dark
I'm just like,
Daddy 831 said Jar Jar for life.
hell yeah.
Listen, justice for Jar Jar. He is not the worst character in the Star Wars franchise that I've seen. I mean, maybe I got to go back and watch all of them. But
No,
I feel like
teenage Anakin.
Yeah.
I hate sand. It's so coarse. Oh my god! Like, get the fuck out of here.
you don't like.
You put
Wait, which one are you talking
Frodo
about?
on fucking sand, dude.
Are you talking about? Wait. Are we talking about Attack of the Clones?
Yeah,
Teenage Anakin? Or are we talking about Revenge of the Sith? Because
Attack
I
of the
didn't like
Clones.
Attack of the Clones at all.
Attack of the Clones.
The only thing I liked about Attack of the Clones is Christopher Lee as Count Dooku, and he's got a great fight scene with Yoda. But I didn't like Yoda. He walked in and you ain't know what to expect. But he was all CG, and I'm like, come on, man, nothing beats practical. Like I didn't like the CG Yoda, but I
Yeah.
respect the fact that Christopher Lee has a fight scene with Yoda in his last filmmaking years. I like that, but Anakin was a little whiny bitch after a while. He was. I mean, if we want to get technical, Hayden Christensen's doing a lot better than what's his name? I almost called that motherfucker Jake Busey. What's his name?
Jake
Jake
Lloyd.
something. The one that played the
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot.
He's
Listen,
doing a lot of
our teenage
time.
Anakin's doing a lot.
He's doing time.
We're
He's doing
never
time.
we could forget about having Jake Lloyd on the fucking show now
Yeah,
because
right.
he's going to look at this. He's going to look at this episode like, nah, we're not doing this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a hit on
We are
it.
not.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, Romero. Thanks, man. It's all good, man. Yeah.
Listen, yeah, I'll take the blame. I'll stand on the front line for that one. But
But
listen, he got to stay out the tablets.
speaking of disappointing movies, because
Great
Attack of the
segue.
Clones is
Good
a very
segue.
disappointing movie.
Good
Scream was
segue,
kind of a
my
disappointment,
man.
but had really great commentary. What are some of the films of 2022 that are a disappointment to you guys? Anyone in the comments, if you guys have films out there that disappointed you, you were hyped for, and they disappointed you, let us know in the comments. Or drop us a comment, and I'll read them off. Who wants to go first?
Uh, um,
One of y'all can go
I'll
first.
go
Y'all can shoot first if y'all want.
All right, I'll go.
Go for it.
Not to beat a fucking dead horse with a lead pipe while your balls are still in its mouth. Halloween Ends.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, which one?
Halloween Ends.
I somehow knew that was going to be on that list.
Can
Not
we?
surprising to me, but it's surprising to Romero.
No, no, no. It's not surprising, but can we tag team this one? Because that is first on my list of films that disappointed. No
Yeah, you know the
bullshit.
tag team this one, dude. Really down.
No bullshit. That is first. And I was talking to my cousin earlier today, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm doing a live stream later, and we're doing like a yearly wrap up, and we're doing most, the best and the most disappointing." And he was like, "Oh, what's the disappointing one?" I was like, "Well, Halloween Ends is first on that list," and he was like, "You already know because we're Michael Myers fans." And he was like, "I know." He was like, "I know that hurts your soul to put that on there." But no, you go ahead and you listen.
All right. Well,
Take it away. I'll piggyback off of everything you say afterwards.
all right. Far. This entire series from beginning to end had like great setups from the movie to with a lot of the characters, and by the time you reach the third one, you either lose some of those characters through non-great triumphs, you sideline your fucking villain for half the fucking movie, and your advertisement was epic conclusion between Myers and Strode, but turns out it's really not. And then then you added a love story, which I kind of get. Like, I kind of fucking get, but it's just too much. Again, like with third films, for some reason, they just always want to throw much more, add something more to it, and throw in the kitchen sink and the toilet to the bathroom when those two things don't need to be in the fucking movie to begin with at all, whatsoever. And it just, I'm just flabbergasted that they really screwed the pooch on it. Because, like, the second one, you sideline Laurie Strode. Okay, she's injured. And then you had a great character arc to, really build up from the first movie with Laurie Strode's daughter, And the movie could have ended really good where her daughter can finally, try to, avenge her mother, and with the help of Laurie Strode, so it's grandma and granddaughter taking on the big baddie, and they had great things, but it just sucks that, after hearing like interviews saying that the director saying like, well, if these movies are like fails, like I feel like the third one he purposely tanked because he says if these movies failed, then no one's gonna want to remake them or anything like that, And I'm just like, wow. So, like, he wasn't even stoked to do the fucking series to begin with. It was just collecting a paycheck for this guy. He literally just doesn't want the series to continue. He hoped that he beat this thing down to the ground, that no one else would make the Halloween series, including, like, since he's even losing the rights to them, too, by, like, next year, I believe. So, like, okay, now it makes sense in a sense of, like, okay, he tanked these movies on purpose. So I'm just like, that sucks. Because you could have done something really great with this and had a legacy on your hands. You could have been the guy that done something right with Halloween, but you choose to shit on the bed on purpose and add your own commentary of just pure nonsense. And that's not super relatable to the movies to begin with. People are there to see people get got, in really creative ways, and then you had to leave it to boyfriend that was like scapegoated to do the creative ways. I will say, man, that blowtorch scene, fucking badass.
Woo, yeah, that shit.
One of the best
that was
in the
vicious.
movie, and that would have been great if it was Michael Myers, but no. And what's
Mind you, they ripped that shit right from Friday the 13th, A New Beginning.
Okay.
When Roy killed Pete and stuck the torch in his mouth, they ripped that shit right from that movie.
And then
but I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
And then when you have your like love scenes, like it takes you out of the movie because it feels like you're watching a different movie. And then when you kind of get reintroduced to Michael Myers, you're just like, oh, that's right, I'm watching Halloween Ends again. Like for a second I thought I was watching like a Darren Aronofsky kind of film, like or some shit. So. So for me, that's mostly it. Like, I was just really, really bummed that the marketing was really trying to get you into the seats, and when you finally got into the seats, It's not the movie that was marketed towards you, and you sidelined your villain, and that's a huge bomb, you know. And to future directors, like, if there's a series that you don't want to direct, or if you just want to run into the ground, just don't take the job. I can understand that it's a paycheck, but just don't take the job.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's my piece. So.
I mean,
Where do you begin?
like to like real quick, I'm not gonna take too much time with this, but to piggyback off of what you said, to all you people who had faith in David Gordon Green doing the Exorcist trilogy, good fucking luck, because y'all know what he's about to do with that fucking trilogy right now. He's about to do the same fucking thing that he did with this. Now, granted, I enjoyed Halloween 2018. It was a great restart. But the more I watched it, the more problems I had with it. We've talked about this hundreds of fucking times, and we've done episodes on this, and we've gotten into depth about this. Halloween Kills, I actually enjoyed Halloween Kills. It was a straight-up slasher film. It was a filler sequel. Halloween Ends definitely dropped the ball for me, and is top on my most disappointed list because, like, I watched this with my girlfriend, and the whole time I'm watching it, she's into Halloween, but she was more so watching me like roll my eyes, and like I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in this fucking movie? Like, Corey Cunningham is becoming fucking Ryan Gosling in Drive, and they're about to play Kavinsky while he's on the fucking motorcycle. I'm just like,
right?
I'm like, babe, what the fuck is going on? And she's cracking the fuck up like the whole time I'm watching the movie. And it's not like I hate this movie. And I remember me and Johnny did our top 10, our top Halloween movies of like in the franchise. Halloween Ends is smack dead 10 for me for now. It's in my top 10 and it's growing on me, but like Aaron said, it's like what you advertise is not what you gave to people, and it's a bad sucker punch, man. And for Halloween to be such a beloved series to people, and for this to be Jamie Lee Curtis, like, of all people, okay, we're going to see Michael Myers at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, there is another large group of people who may be even larger than the Michael Myers fans who are coming to see Laurie Strode's last hurrah. You didn't even really give her a last hurrah. Like, you gave her a good send-off, a happy ending. You played Don't Fear the Reaper. She got her happy ending. I love to see that for Laurie Strode. Don't get me wrong, I do. But it was a pump fake. Like, it was such a pump fake. Corey Cunningham got 9 fucking kills, if I'm not mistaken, in that movie, and Michael got about like 3 or 4. And that was not what we signed up for at all. And there's a lot of good things going on in that movie. I like the weirdness of it. I like I love the score more and more when I watch it. And I like how, I'm sorry, this might be a little like sacrilegious, but I like how Corey's framed when he's portraying to be Michael. It seems like they're trying to make you feel like it's Michael, kind of like how they did in Friday the 13th Part 5. But It's just like, why the fuck? Why? Just why? Just why? And it's like you said, like, if you don't want to like give the fans what they want, then just don't do it. And that's how I always felt about when John Carpenter was like, yeah, well, I just took down a 6-pack and just wrote Halloween 2. If your heart is not invested in this for the fans, then just don't do it. Right. Like, just don't fucking even attempt to do it. Give it to somebody like us who is like, we're invested in this shit and we love this shit and we take time out of our lives to dig into this material. Like, give it to somebody like us, because we'll do it for half the price and make 10 times more money with better material. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started. But yeah, we definitely agree. Halloween Ends is at the top of that disappointed list, man, for sure, of this year.
Yeah.
You know, I was tempted to put Halloween Ends on my list, but I do appreciate it, but I don't. It wasn't a movie that I was disappointed in, though. I'll just be real. Like, we did the show, I even said, though, like, I was not disappointed, but I was whatever. And what I say on the show, this is like the Joker version of, this is like the horror version of Joker. Like, that's really what it is.
You did say that, the character study.
Of a man breaking bad. That's what it is. So, and I like Season of the Witch, which is like arguably one of the most maligned sequels of all time. You know,
that was your number 1 in our ranking, right?
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Okay, And I was like, ooh, but I was like, I get it.
Yeah,
I understand why.
because that ending goes for it. I don't feel
Oh yeah,
Halloween
oh yeah.
Ends goes for it. Not yet, because I feel like the daughter should have been participating in the murders. And I feel like that would have been such a fucking gut wrench and such a sucker punch for Laurie's character had the daughter participated somehow, some way. But
I would
that's
have
just
totally liked that. I would have totally liked that kind of thing because like this whole movie is like how not to Ryan Johnson, I guess. Like I get that you want to try to what is that term? Subvert our expectations, but
yeah,
it's
subvert.
just poorly executed, honestly.
Yeah, no, and I agree. So like but again, to you guys' point, we were built the final battle. We didn't
Yeah,
get the final battle. We didn't get the final
No.
battle. It was like that Transformers movie when Optimus Prime turned bad. He wasn't bad.
spoiler.
He wasn't bad. He
The
wasn't
last
Jesus.
the last
bad.
night, the last night
Yeah. Like,
where they advertised it, everybody in the trailer was like, "No, don't kill Optimus." It's like, no, stop. It's not gonna. He's
yeah,
not bad.
yeah.
Stop.
But
Fucking.
to not belabor the point, I don't think Halloween Ends was a disappointment. At least not for me.
Mhm.
For y'all, it was.
Yeah.
For you guys, it was a disappointment. For me, I was like, whatever. But my disappointment is Thor: Love and Thunder. That
I,
is talk about wasting potential. That right
Tell me about it. I
there.
haven't seen it.
You haven't
I haven't
seen
seen it.
Thor:
I'm
Love
ready
and
for all
Thunder?
this. I haven't seen any of the Thor movies, but I'm ready for all the spoilers because I don't really give a fuck enough about that character to care. So I'm ready for all the spoilers. I know
Ronnie,
Natalie
you don't
Portman is
mind if I
this
tag
Lady
team with
Thor.
you on this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's on his list too.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
listen.
And
Tell me all about it,
Yeah.
please. I'm
because
ready. Please tell me all about it.
I'm such a huge Thor fan, though. That's the
Oh,
thing. Like, I
okay.
love Norse mythology, and I'm a huge Thor fan. And I'm not gonna lie, like I legitimately do like 1, 2, and 3, and I can acknowledge that 2 is a horrible movie. I
He's
do
pretty
like some
bad.
horrible movies.
that
I like 13th
that
Warrior.
rumor is true. Everybody, I
Yeah.
don't know anybody that says The Dark World is a good fucking sequel. Everybody I know has said that movie's
Oh yeah,
terrible. And everybody that
yeah,
hated Ragnarok is like, yeah, Ragnarok is pretty goofy, but it ain't The Dark World.
Ragnarok
I
is
was
probably
like,
the
damn, is
best
it that
Thor
bad?
movie out of the whole franchise.
Ragnarok is the one that I saw the most of, and it looks pretty entertaining. It
yeah.
really
No,
does. Like Jeff
It is.
Goldblum's
It
in
is.
there, Tessa Thompson, and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is in there. It looks entertaining from what I saw. It looked like they
Yeah.
were fighting on Rainbow Road with a big ass wolf.
I'm a
Fucking, fucking Caesar. Dark
Caesar may have a
World was
point.
better than Love and Thunder.
He may have a point.
Damn.
He may actually have a point, honestly. He actually may have
Yeah,
a
he
point on that one.
might actually have a point. He might actually have a point.
Hold up, like
No
I gotta look up the
lies
review.
detected. No
Y'all are
lies
coming down.
detected.
Y'all are coming down bad on this one, man. I don't like looking up scores. I'm not gonna look up scores. I'm just gonna look up reviews
Well,
for.
yeah.
Go
Okay.
for it.
I will say that I do like Love and Thunder. Like, I do like the movie, but like, it's not fully there. And I get where Taika Waititi was going with the film. Like, I get that he wanted to try something new. He wanted to try something different. But again, like, this film also does a lot in the film. So it also follows like that third trilogy one where they try throwing so much in. It's because you have one hand, you have like Marvel being like, no, we need to set all this stuff up for the phases so we can get to these phases. This is what we need. But you also have Taika being like, well, this is what I want to do with the character. This is the story that I'm trying to tell, and like this is how I'm trying to weave like my commentary into this film, and they kind of clash. They really kind of clash, and it just really sucks that it just comes down to that, and
Mm.
and there is like a lot of funny parts in this film. Like there really is a lot of funny parts. But I just feel like with each movie, like Thor becomes more and more dumb, where he starts becoming like the blonde guy from the Super Friends, the what's it called, the one from Cartoon Network, the Valhalla
Yeah.
guy. You know, so like I feel
Said the
like
fucking Super
yeah.
Friends. I mean,
You know,
was
like that's
was
that's
Christian Bale any good? Because they were really gassing Christian Bale up to be a crazy, scary villain, and he kind of looks like when I saw the makeup test for Christian Bale, he reminded me of like was it Novak or Nomak from Blade 2 or some shit like that. He looked like Luke Gross.
no, like
No,
No,
no, they
nothing like
fucking
that.
wasted
yeah,
him. They
yeah,
wasted him.
yeah.
Oh,
Completely wasted him.
Marvel
no,
has a huge villain problem, and this is something that we
they
talk about all
do.
the time
Yes,
on
they.
the podcast, all the time. They never go as far enough with the villains, or they don't make the
Nope.
villains as equals to the heroes, or a little bit greater.
Yep.
It's always the villain that has to be juxtaposition against the hero so they are evenly matched. And that's so fucking annoying.
It's frustrating.
It's
Yep.
annoying. It's really fucking
But
annoying.
they,
And that would have been
but Marvel tends to skate by. Marvel tends to skate by, and that's something I've always agreed on is that they have a big villain problem. I have not been. I don't think since Thanos, I've really been like intimidated by. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of Ultron here and there, just because it was James Spader's
another
voice,
villain
but
that
not
was
so much.
wasted. Another villain that
Yeah,
was
not
wasted.
so exactly, but not so much what he did, but what he was saying and how he conducted himself. Like Ultron and Thanos and like stuff like that. Like those villains are cool, but I don't know, man. I feel like Marvel might have had better villains before it was the MCU. Like I don't know, man. I might be making a bold claim here. I'm not sure. I might have to go back and look at all the Marvel movies that came out before the MCU. But Marvel definitely has a
Yeah,
fucking villain problem, and I've always said this. And one of the problems they have is like the doppelganger effect. They always have the people that, like Johnny. I think we talked about this shit one time in one of the recent episodes. I was like, Ant-Man fights Yellow Jacket.
yeah.
Black Panther fights Killmonger. Iron Man fights Ironmonger. Hulk fights Abomination. Like y'all fighting y'all evil twins. Like stop. Can we
Shang-Chi
get more creative?
fights his
That's one
dad.
of. She said. He said, Charlie. All right, listen. We need sponsors at the end of the day. God damn it. We can't do this all night. We need some type of sponsorship.
I really do like the fact they tried to bring back Natalie Portman, her as Lady Thor. I thought that was really cool. But again, you waste your villain and Gore does not feel like he's threatening at all. He has very little screen time. He's like butchering all these gods, and yet we don't see anything. We don't see the after effects of the people that believe in gods that are crumbling. Russell Crowe as Zeus is hamming
How was he in the movie?
scenery, which is awesome, but completely underutilized. Again, this movie was just all over the place. Tonally, it wants to be funny, it wants to be a drama, but it never finds a perfect balance. It never finds that balance. It's always
I hate that shit.
It's always like this. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what that was? That was Russell Crowe trying to compensate for, him not playing Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the Dark Universe. He was like, listen, I'm getting in a franchise one way or another. And he thought that fucking Thor Love and Thunder was the way to go. And they said, oh no, bro, you out of this franchise too, man. You're not coming back for this one.
I have to agree with Caesar on this. Dark Daddy, Baron Zemo might be the best villain because he actually did the most damage. I totally agree. If it wasn't for Zemo, we don't have the Accords, the Avengers don't break up, and Thanos doesn't snap the world in half. Zemo did a lot of fucking...
Right.
He's the linchpin.
Who's that? Dark Daddy? Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. Because I was just...
didn't go to jail, we wouldn't have Zemo dancing later in the series. So.
Yes.
Yo.
Dancing Zemo.
and it was his motivation, like when you go back and watch like shit like Civil War, his motivation was so realistic because I used to just watch like action movies and superhero movies where people blow shit up and they just go home. And I remember when I think he was talking to Black Panther at the end of the movie, and he's like, they just came down and saved the world and blew shit up, and after that the Avengers went home. and I came back and my family was dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, there are consequences for this type of shit. And I like that type of realism, even in comic book. Like people forget comic book movies. Like I like a goofy ass comic book movie. Like I was just watching Return of Swamp Thing the other day. Ain't nothing realistic in that shit. But something to make something like it is. It's an underrated fucking comic book movie.
That's a fire movie. You just watch that shit on USA all the time, dude.
It's an underrated comic book movie / monster movie for one. But to add realism in something like Captain America Civil War, where you've got people running around in suits and Spider-Man and Ant-Man, like to have consequences and repercussions like that is so good for the story and for the emotion, man. That's why I didn't really like. I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched Civil War, I watched it just for the spectacle. The second time I watched it for the character development, and the story, and then the second time I watched it, I was like, holy shit! Like Zemo is. I don't. I don't agree with him, but I do. Like, what if I was in his shoes?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be starting something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be starting something at this
Interesting
point.
too, because he has the Killmonger effect. Because his
He
story
does.
is so
Yeah.
sympathetic that you understand his motivation. You know what I mean? Like you understand his resentment. Like you totally get it. So yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, most disappointing. That arguably that has to be that is the top disappointing movie for me. Aaron, that was yours as well, right? That was your next one.
One of them. That one was tied with another film. I don't know if ties are allowed or not, though.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, it was tied with another film, though. But yeah,
which is because it's your turn.
Oh, Bob's Burgers, the movie.
It was bad.
I'm done. I'm done.
He said, "I'm done."
Are you really?
It was bad. I was scared to watch it because I love the show so much. I was like, I don't know. I was disappointed with the Simpsons movie, so I don't know, man.
Like,
I was.
The movie, like, it wasn't even that bad. The shitty thing is that you had an opportunity to do something really, really far-fetched with these characters. Not only that, like, I get you need to get butts in the seats, and you have to be a certain rating with your movie to do that. But if you're just going to play off an episode that you already aired and then make your movie super predictable and so formulaic, like, because, like, you're trying to get, like, a general audience, like, you're really appealing to a massive general audience and hoping to get more people to watch the TV show. But what people don't realize is that the first, like, I want to say roughly maybe the first 3 seasons are very crude. Like, they're not, it's very, very crude, you know? And it wasn't until like season, like maybe halfway through season 3, if not season 4 and up, where it got toned down hard, like real hard.
Yeah, because they probably were like, listen, you guys gotta, like, they came to him and was like, listen, we got some backlash, we got some people coming in and just saying, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's who I blame. That's who I blame. Fuck that guy.
Right.
Yeah, it's the merger. The merger is the reason why they toned
listen, don't burn our bridge for our last sponsorship ever. Don't do that. We need that last sponsorship.
Fox is not coming.
We need
back,
that.
Romero. Fox is never coming back. Just let it go.
He said Fox is never coming back. I was trying to fucking keep hope alive over here, man. Damn.
No, I mean, was that on your list, Johnny, or
was that
on your list too, or no?
No, I actually enjoyed the movie. It's not a top 10 movie, but I enjoyed it.
Oh. No, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I enjoyed it too, but it was just disappointing because it's just like any other episode.
I think another reason. I mean, I did like it, but I was kind of disappointed because it was like a musical mostly, and I fucking hate musicals, especially in cartoons. I fucking hate that shit. And I hate that too, like in later seasons that they have actual musical episodes. And so I kind of stopped watching Bob's Burgers. I stopped watching like after I think the fourth season. After that, like I can't watch it no more. So
I don't mind the musical too much though. Well, I don't mind musicals too much if it's advertised as a musical, like The Great Showman. Like that was advertised as a musical. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna check this musical out. But as far as Bob's Burgers, we're like told we're going to be given a story, not once like Like, and they did show, I think, a couple singing parts in the trailer. Again, I didn't think of it too much. I get that, you know, sometimes yes, they do sing in Bob's Burgers, but like when your movie is practically like more than like 50% musical, then it's just like I want to see them like get into shenanigans. Like, when is the shenanigans gonna happen? Like, they happen in between, you know, and it's just like I get like
they don't normally do like musical shit. And I mean, I used to watch the show, but I had checked out at some point, like maybe like after like season 1 or 2. Do they usually do like the musical numbers
because
in there, or
Gene, the son, he's becoming a musician. So his story arc is him becoming a part of the musician. So there are
right?
episodes centering around Gene either putting plays together or him singing or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Okay.
it's becoming a musical.
So was it false advertisement or what?
I don't
Like,
know, it was a false
I mean, for me, it was a
advertisement.
false advertisement because, like, the cast and characters have, in interviews, have said this has always been planted as a musical. So, I mean, for me, like, I knew I was expecting the musical because, like, I look at Lauren Brachet's interviews and say, yeah, this is a musical. So,
yeah, it was fun. I did enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, like, I did enjoy the film though, but it was really disappointing though. Like, that the movie was really predictable, and it really just felt like a really, really long episode rather than something bigger and grand. Like, I don't know, where like there was no real good twists. So,
you know who did fucking
no, that
great
sounds
cartoon
fair.
TV movies? Hanna-Barbera.
and if
Just saying. Just saying. The Huckleberry movie, the Flintstones movie, the Flintstones Christmas movie, the Jetsons movie.
You
So,
talking about the live action
no,
or the?
like Hanna-Barbera cartoon movies. Like,
Oh, I was about to say, like, that's another episode. What was the best animated movies and the live action cartoon movies from back in the day? That's a whole nother
that's a whole
another thing.
thing. What's your next one, Romero? What's your next?
My most disappointing for this year is Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Oh,
Fuck that goddamn movie.
I'm so glad I saw.
And you know what?
I'm so glad I saw your post on that on Jeepers Creepers, because I was totally convinced to go see this movie. Like, I really wanted to go see this movie.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that you saw it.
No. I wanted to, like, cause like I'm like, I gotta see the epic conclusion to this movie, and then I saw your review. I saw your review, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a good thing I didn't go spend my money on it.
I listen. I have a very unpopular opinion, right? And I disagree with my friends and complete strangers a lot. This is a movie I feel like I should have, carte blanche as far as my motherfucking opinion, because this is one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. And I've seen some bad shit. Like, I'm talking like, I got this shit on laptop right now. What's this director's name? Timo. Listen, I suck at pronouncing last names, and everybody knows this. But this movie, I remember when it was in like pre-production and post-production, I was like, okay, they got it out of Victor Salva's hands. Cool. And this is the sad thing about it, and I'll keep it real. When Jeepers Creepers came out in like 2000 or 2001, it actually scared me. It really did. And then I liked the second movie a lot because it was more like a RPG game as opposed to the first movie. It was like, okay, these kids had room to play, and they were on this bus, but they had room to run around and do all this other shit. And I never watched the third one because around that time I had looked up Victor Salva's history, and I was like, okay, I'm never supporting nothing that this guy does again. So I never watched the third one. So when I found out they were taking the fourth one out of his hands, I'm like, okay, I can get back on board with this shit. And I'm like, I gave this the same treatment that I gave Wrong Turn 2021. And I was like, nobody's talking about this. And I feel like this could be something great. And Wrong Turn was actually decent. But I was like, okay, that first trailer, I was like, oh, the creeper's moving different and the tone is different and they're in a safe house and they're trapped and it's claustrophobic. We got some Hitchcock monster movie shit going on. Nah, we got none of that. We got the cheapest fucking horror movie that we ever had this year. This movie is with Jim Carrey saying "lie, lie." He said a worthless steaming pile of cow dung. This shit is bad. The writing's terrible. The director at best. The green screen and the special effects are terrible. You see fan films online that have way better special effects than this shit. The casting choices, like these motherfuckers didn't care. They were just like, Jeepers Creepers, that shit with the flying. All right, yeah, I'm in. Fuck it, sign me up. Give me some drinks and shit. No, everything's bad. Nothing sells here. And even in the final act where the guy is walking off with his girlfriend and, you know, and they're like walking, not into the sunset, but when they're walking away, this is the cheapest fucking green screen. Like TikTok green screens look better than this shit. And I had faith because I'm like, okay. And I had faith because I'm like, I said, okay, if Leatherface can get a half decent, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but it's half decent. What do you expect from a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? If Leatherface can get a half decent, exactly. If Leatherface can get a half decent sequel, Scream's coming back out, Chucky's got a TV series, Michael's back out, Hellraiser's getting a reboot, gender swapped, Jason and Freddy are on the way. Like, everybody's making their comebacks. If the Creeper wants to make a comeback without the pedophile, cool. But they dropped the ball so bad. They didn't even fucking try with that movie. And I wanted it to be good so bad. And the whole time I was watching it, like, and Dee Wallace is in the opening of it. And I don't know like, if she had to pay her phone bill or her light bill or she owes some mafia motherfuckers some money or something like that. But she had no business being here. Dee Wallace, listen, Dee Wallace was in Critters Attacks. That's not the best movie in the world, but it's a masterpiece compared to.
Isn't that the one with little Leo?
No, that's Critters 3.
Okay.
That's Critters 3. Dee Wallace was in the first Critters. Leo was in Critters 3. Dee Wallace was in Critters Attacks. I think that's the fifth movie.
Okay.
Where she comes back and she's like, oh, I got to hunt down the Krites, and she's got the guns and the armor and shit. That movie's a masterpiece compared to Jeepers Creepers Reborn. And Critters Attack is not that good. Fuck this goddamn movie. This director, hold up. We gonna try this out. Timo Vioren Sola. Bruh, you gotta get it together. And then the girl that I thought was gonna be the final girl, she gets killed. She gets a pretty funny death scene, and there's like some okay gore, but you motherfuckers just went cheap and just didn't try anything at all. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing, and I can understand why they didn't market this movie well, because they probably knew, like, listen, bro, like somebody probably tugged on the, you know, like on the shoulder of the director at some point. It was like, bro, like, you know, this is a piece of shit, right? And he's just like, yeah, man, well, I gotta pay this light bill, so fuck it. They told me I gotta make this movie. Fuck this goddamn movie, man. It's just terrible. Acting, everything across the board is bad. It's bad. Everything about this movie is bad. I wanted it to be good. That's why it's on my most disappointing list, man. I wanted it to be good because I wanted it to jumpstart the series without Victor Salva. I wanted us to have a new, not just movie slasher. I wanted us to have a new movie monster. We don't have enough movie monsters that are modern. And I feel like, I hate to say it, like, before I knew what Victor Salva was up to, he definitely had everybody by a chokehold with the Creeper. We didn't have a lot of movie monsters in the early 2000s.
No.
You know, that were franchise worthy for that matter. We had a lot of slashers that were still around, lingering on. We had Jason X, we had Halloween Resurrection and stuff like that. We had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I know what you did last summer and stuff like that. But we didn't have movie monsters, man. And this shit was just such a fucking missed opportunity. And I just wish everybody just got eaten in this movie. It was just bad. It was really bad. It's terrible. It's terrible. Not even just bad, it's terrible. It was awful.
Okay. You done? You got it?
Yeah.
You got all your stuff?
I told him how I really feel.
He wrote that motherfucker. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I did listen. I think I'll use the potty on that note. Let me depart for 2 seconds, y'all. I will return shortly.
Okay. So my next one is The Gray Man on Netflix with Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. Talk about a fucking huge disappointment, dude. You build this as your next action franchise, and yet there's barely any action in the movie. There's very little character development, and you waste all these great actors, and Henwick and Arness and Gosling and Evans. You waste them. You don't use them properly. This is the most disappointing movie. Russo brothers, I don't think can make a movie outside of Marvel. 21 Bridges was okay. That was decent. The Gray Man, however, you're building this as to like rival John Wick in the Heat shootout. This movie did not rival anything, but it sucks because this movie is just bad, really fucking bad. Really ridiculous. I'm very disappointed. It wasn't the action movie that they built it as, and I fucking wish we got better. It's a 2.5-hour movie. A 2.5-hour movie, and I don't get it. And only a half-hour action sequences.
I haven't seen The Gray Man, but I remember you talking about it one time on the podcast, like how it's just, there's some funny parts in it, but it's not really like that great of a movie. Yeah. And I think the Russo brothers also did, they didn't direct, but I know they produced Extraction, which was a good movie. That was a
good movie, and the fight scenes and the fight choreography in there was actually done very well. Mm-hmm. Some of the fight scenes here just weren't done well. They just weren't. And it's just like, God damn it. There's too many cuts, and then you have this big epic fight scene between Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling, and you cut around them. Both of them know how to fight. Just let them fight. Come on. It's that simple. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a part 2, so I guess we'll see where that goes.
Oh, well, then I guess I have to watch the first one then.
Yeah. The Gray Man is my next most disappointing movie of 2022. I'm so glad that I got my fucking refund to go see this motherfucker in the theater, and I saw this on Netflix instead, because I would have been
The Gray Man. That was
if I spent $20.
The Gray Man. That was with Ryan. No,
Ryan
that was with Ryan Gosling and Ryan Gosling. Yeah, Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had put that on my watch list too. Was it bad? You didn't like it?
No, it was disappointing, bro. It was garbage. If you're expecting
John
Wick or nobody, you're not getting that. I'm just saying.
And you know that's what I was expecting, because I was like, oh, the Russo brothers, and they got some Captain America alumni too. Okay, you already know what I was expecting as far as fights go. It's funny you mentioned those two franchises.
Nope, you don't get
that. Well, we can't call nobody a franchise yet. We didn't get that.
Well, part 2 on the way. Part 2 on the way.
Is it really?
Part 2 is on the way.
Well deserved, man. Yeah. Well deserved. I liked the first Nobody. I thought that shit was really decent. It felt like an extension of John Wick, honestly.
It really did. Especially because the guy that directed the second one.
Did he really? What the fuck? Yeah. How? I need to get my shit together, apparently.
So that's my most disappointing movie. What's yours, Aaron? Go for it.
Just to let you know, Johnny, you are a little choppy due to your internet. Just letting you know. But hold on really quick. All right, cool. Sorry about that. So my next disappointing movie is Morbius.
And here I wanted to put it on my not best, but I wanted to show it some love, but I was like, I can't, because I already know. I already know. I know. I wanted to, man, but I already know. I had to be real as a fan. I had to be real. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So let me put it this way with Morbius. with most movies, I can hold my pee in pretty well till the end of this movie. This one, I'm just like, you know what? It's not even worth it ruining my bladder for this movie. So I just said, fuck it. I left. And I'm just like, you know what? I went to the bathroom, came back. I didn't really miss anything. The one thing that I missed was already in the fucking trailer, like, I'm Venom. Bleh, you know, so, yeah. Yeah, Morbius was a huge disappointment, man. It really was.
Johnny's just like, man, fuck
just
this.
like the moment your freaking villain is a fucking like a copy image of you, but like even worse.
Marvel villain problems. I fucking hate Matt Smith as a villain, by the way.
Yeah,
but go ahead. Hate him.
Like I really wanted Morbius, and then I hate the fact that they also made him somewhat of an anti-hero. Like dude, you had an opportunity to make a great origin villain fucking movie like Split, but no, you shit the fucking bed and create more problems to parts of a saga that you may not even fucking do at all. You know, your chick fucking turns into a vampire. Your fucking your copycat villain becomes like dies supposedly. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him back, even though he fucking melted to smithereens or whatever the fuck I don't even fucking remember how he fucking died. It was like that shitty.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, what is he gonna do now? Is he gonna go around town and be like, I'm Batman?
Yes.
So I'm just like,
I mean, it is the multiverse.
Yeah.
Don't rule it out, man. Don't listen. DC and Marvel, if you're listening out there, I'm about to tag them in the comments. DC and Marvel, drop us a line. We'll write y'all some shit now. We'll write y'all some shit. I'm about to tag them in the comments right now.
And the fact that
we will write y'all. Y'all need to come. Yeah, y'all need to come to the dedicated fans out here.
And then the fact that you give us a post-credit scene where he's joining the Sinister Six, and I'm just like, oh
yeah.
How did that happen? How did that conversation start? Where did Vulture come from to find this guy? Is this the same Vulture that knows Tom Holland Superman? Or is this a Vulture that doesn't know Tom Holland Superman? Is Venom going to be the Spider-Man that's going to take on the Sinister Six? Who's going to replace
a lot of unanswered questions?
This thing gives us more questions than it does answers.
Yeah.
And I get that you're trying to hype up future films, but like, bro, come on, get your shit together. Like, Sony is horrible with this franchise. I'm ready. I'm so ready to have Marvel, like, look, pay them what they want, double it, give them the Vic while you're at it, so you can fuck up the Vic for these characters, Marvel, but at least you'll do a better job of doing that and handling these characters rather than Sony does, because Sony literally does not know what to fucking do. And if anything, they're somewhat just copying what Marvel's trying to do without Kevin Feige. And it's not working. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's not working at all. I don't know. I was hoping for the best and severely disappointed with Morbius. And I didn't want
to put Morbius in my list.
Yeah, I understand.
I left it off of every list. I left Morbius off of every list. Like, Morbius is in purgatory for me because I don't. It is like
hell. It shouldn't be in purgatory.
I'm gonna tell y'all why, man. It's in purgatory for me because it wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be. Now, mind y'all, I saw it a little late after it came out, and everybody was already gunning against it because Jared Leto played the Joker and Jared Leto's ass, and people are forgetting Jared Leto is one of the greatest fucking underrated actors that we have.
Yeah,
and
totally agree
I was like,
I can totally
I
agree
said,
Jared Leto
this is
a good actor, but like, if you're not gonna give him really good direction, then what's the fucking point?
Yeah. I feel like that director, like, I do like some of the direction in that movie. Like, I do like some of the sequences in that movie, but it was my problem with Morbius. Why it's in purgatory is because it's one of those by the numbers ass superhero movies, if that makes sense to y'all. Like, It's like, I'm sick, I'm going to look for the cure. I'm going to get bit. Oh, I'm going to get sick. And then I'm going to get healthy. And then I'm going to do this. And then I got to fight the villain. And then I got to save the girl. And like, it's very by the numbers. It's very 1, 2, 3 ABC as far as the storyline goes, as far as the plot, like everything. And that's one of the reasons why I couldn't really hail it like as far as high as I wanted to. But I don't hate the movie. Like there were some sequences like I really enjoyed. Like I liked when he got out and he was, you know, you had the POV shots of him crawling through the pipes and through the rafters, and he was slicing up those SWAT team members. I like that scene, but they did drop the ball as far as, first of all, you motherfuckers should have took pointers from Blade. This should have been an R-rated movie. First of all, Morbius was in the original Blade ending on the rooftop, and this should have been rated R, just like the Blade movies. And that's a start. Like, rated R doesn't make your movie good, but it's a fucking movie about the first living vampire. Like, you gotta give the fans what they want. And I feel like they watered it down and they played it safe. Sony does that sometimes, man. Like, I do respect Sony for what they're trying to do, but sometimes I respect them for what they're trying to do sometimes, but they have to get it together overall, man. And I feel like Sony's like the stepkids that live across the street from the real family. And it's like, yeah, we gonna do what the fuck we want, but we family, so we, you know, like that's what Sony is.
No, Sony is the fucking person that peaked in fucking high school. That's what Sony is.
Ow.
So the fucking person that peaked in high school. Sony, God. So wait, hold up. Now this is a little off topic. So Aaron, how do you feel about the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
I've never seen them. I've never seen them.
Never mind. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. That's another conversation for another. Listen, all three of us need to get together for another superhero conversation for another time. If he's never seen these movies, Johnny, have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay. Say no more. We need to say no more.
Yeah.
I will say, as far as Morbius goes, like I just end it really quick right here. Is just that, yes, I do agree with you that like Morbius should have been a rated R film. Morbius as like part of Marvel Knights with like Draven and Blade and all of them. Like I think you could have something there, like a full series and saga of rated R. Like if Morbius was a character that was very unlikable, but he's like kind of has a good heart. But, like, people are just kind of shitting on him, so that's why he turns to be a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give us a reason why he's turning into a bad guy. Like, not an anti-hero.
They did the same thing they did with Venom, and it's like, don't make the anti-hero so likable that we forget that they're evil motherfuckers. Like, don't let us forget that these are people that will tear heads off and rip throats out and run these streets in these Marvel universes and fuck people up. Like but they play it really safe with this anti-hero shit, man. And it's a big fucking problem that they struggle with, man. And I hate it.
And I've talked about it too. Like, you know, you're either a villain or you're an anti-hero. There's like no in between. Like there really isn't.
Yeah.
You know. And
exactly.
And Morbius is really a villain, and they just really need to play him as a villain, and then just have him go up against, you know, and either another villain, so you can choose the lesser of two evils, or you have him go up against a hero that he's an equal to, but like you kind of play like the reverse Empire Strikes Back, like instead of your second movie where the villain wins, make it your first film where the villain wins. And then when they go up against again, like in the second or third one, you know, like we need a good arc with the villain, you know, but but not one where they see the errors in their ways, you know, and also don't the villain in Morbius
was ass. Plus, I don't like Matt Smith in anything. I don't like Matt Smith in anything. He was the first time I saw Matt Smith. First of all, he was the villain in Morbius, and when I saw this motherfucking Terminator Genesis, he put his hand over John Connor's mouth and turned him into a fucking like fuck you, man. Like you're a terrible actor. You look like you're possessed. I don't trust you in real life. I don't like Matt Smith. And him as the villain, I remember I did trailer reaction. Morbius was the first trailer reaction I ever did on my podcast. And I was like, the fuck invited this dude into the party? Like, I don't like Matt Smith in anything. And the whole time he's like, Michael, you won't let me help you? I want to be like you. And I want to fly. Like, it's like, no, like, stop. Like, stop. Like, I can't stand Matt Smith in any fucking movies. And that's nothing against the guy in real life, man. I don't like the roles he plays. It's kind of like Jai Courtney and, Scott Eastwood. I just don't like those motherfuckers.
Like the same guy in every fucking movie.
Every fucking movie, right? Every fucking movie, right? I don't like them. I don't like them. Johnny said it perfectly. He said it played the same fucking guy in every movie. Exactly.
What's your next one? What's your next one? What's your next disappointing one, Romero? Sure.
My next disappointing one is Day Shift. Yeah.
Day Shift. Oh,
really? Listen, yeah. Listen, Johnny. Listen, Aaron, you saw it, Aaron?
Yeah, I did, and I didn't think the movie was very okay. I will say that it was a little underwhelming. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It's super underwhelming, but I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. I can tell right off the bat.
I'll explain. Johnny has not seen it, bruh.
Go ahead. You can do spoilers if you want.
Put that on your watch list. No, I will try to do my best here without spoiling it for you because I do want you to see this movie and I do want your thoughts on this movie. But this movie, I remember this trailer coming out. No, I remember the idea of this movie, and they were like, "Yeah, Jamie Foxx is Snoop Dogg, the vampire." I said, "Nah, bullshit." Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I've seen Snoop Dogg in horror. I've seen him in Bones, and I like Bones a lot. Jamie Foxx, I didn't think I seen him in horror. I've been waiting for this fucking Spawn adaptation for 17,000 years. Never gotten that. So I was like, okay, this is the closest I can get to a mashup with a vampire movie. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do this. And then I remember the trailer dropped, and I was like, oh my God. This is the same choreographer that did the John Wick movies. I can get with this. This is Jamie Foxx hunting vampires with Snoop Dogg in California. Like, I love this. I love this concept. And I was all for it. And I remembered I had did my commentary for it, and I watched it for the first time. And when I went into it, I'm like, yo, the fight scenes are crazy. They hired, as far as the vampires, they hired actual contortionists to twist and turn their bodies in different directions for these fight sequences. And I'm like, that is so fucking amazing. I thought they were using CG the first time I watched it, but it wasn't until after the fact, when I watched behind the scenes, I was like, oh my God. And that's the guy that played the jangly man in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And he played the witch and Hellboy and all this other shit. And I'm like, okay, that's fire. And Scott Adkins is in the movie too. Scott Adkins is in there doing his thing. And the motherfucker from Stan Helsing is in there doing his thing that played Stan. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. Snoop Dogg's in there. Megan Good's in there. And if anybody knows me well enough, they know Megan Good is like my ultimate Hollywood crush. So I was all on board. But the story was so fucking mediocre. It's like, okay,
that movie's not made for story, bro.
Yeah, and it's like, I wanted it to, like, listen, the story was like, you got something I want. I'm going to kidnap your wife and kidnap your daughter, and I'll kill them if you don't come to me now. And it's like, Daddy, come rescue me. And he's like, let him go. And I'm like, oh my God, we've seen this in 17 million fucking movies. God damn, like, the story was so fucking by the numbers. It was so disappointing. Like, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have went into something like this for the story, but this should have been the best fucking
Yeah,
it is. It is my fault.
Mistake. That's all
listen. I don't give a shit. I own that. That's my fault. But this should have been This should have been in the top 5 vampire movies of all time. This should have been up there with From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm just speaking from my point of view. I don't need y'all attacking me on this shit or nothing like that. That's
Don't
another
start
episode
liking
for
the
another
list. Don't
time.
start liking the list.
This shit should have been up there with shit like From Dusk Till Dawn and 30 Days a Night and, you know, shit like that. It should have been up there with that. Plus the fight choreography with these fucking vampires. There's a fight scene where Jamie Foxx goes into the house with Scott Adkins and Stan Helsing, and they're just, oh my God, they are murking. That's the best sequence in the whole movie. But
that part was so funny.
Nothing lives up to that, and the story is just so dry and by the numbers, man. It was mediocre. And who's in there? What's his name? Dave Franco.
Yeah,
Dave Franco is just he's basically the same motherfucker he was in 22 Jump Street. Not 21, but 22, where he's behind bars. He's like, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to do nothing. It's just like, come on, man. Like Day Shift, it was very entertaining, but I just wanted way more. I don't have a lot of bad shit to say about it, but I wanted way more out of it, like for a vampire movie. I feel like with vampire movies, it's a shortage. We should be getting way stronger vampire movies. We should be trying to top From Dusk Till Dawn and The Lost Boys and John Carpenter's Vampires and, you know, shit like that. We should be trying to top shit like that. We should. Yeah. I mean, I'll go as far as to say Dracula 2000, but I don't know who's with me on that. All right, John. See, I know, bro. I know. Listen, I know.
I fuck with you.
I know we there, bro. I know.
Gerard Butler.
But no, that's not.
Come on, dude. Omar is. No brainer, dog. No brainer. Okay, this one might.
And vitamin C.
This one might.
Hold up. What is it?
All right, so this one's gonna piss off Aaron because I know this is probably in his top 5 movies of the year. The Northman.
Oh shit.
The Northman was one of the most disappointing movies that I've seen this year. It was not as good as it should have been. Like, the action sequences didn't seem right. The fucking Anya Taylor-Joy's character completely dragged this film down. You don't need her in this movie. You eliminate her character, this movie would be much fucking better. It'd be much better. It'd be way better. That volcano scene should have been sick. That should have been the illest sequence of it, but it was kind of it felt flat for me. Like it did. Like it felt flat. And like dude, if this was an A24 movie, I can almost guarantee you this movie would have been way fucking better. I can totally see Universal fucking interfering with Robert Eggers' vision and saying, no, you need to make this more mass friendly. Because if anyone watches Robert Eggers films, you know he is not for the masses. He makes movies for cinephiles. And I feel like when he finally got his chance to work on a big budget studio movie, you see the studio fingerprints all over it rather than his fingerprints. And it's such a shame. The love story does not work. The ending fight sequence does not work. I don't give a fuck about the Northmen at all. Like, I don't care about
dog.
I don't care. It's like, everyone in this movie is kind of terrible. There was like this one sequence when he's like sneaking around the village and, you know, trying to look for the sword and shit, which I thought was a good sequence.
Yeah.
But after that, like, this movie takes a while to like get going. Like come on, let's fucking go. You know, it's 45 minutes before the fucking movie starts. Get the fuck out of here with that. Get the fuck out of here. I wanted to see some Neanderthal action. That's what I wanted to see. Give me some fucking Neanderthals, man. These fucking people are Vikings. Why aren't they savages? These
Northmen.
Vikings are not supposed to be PC. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because this movie is totally based off the Viking lore, which Hamlet ripped off.
Yes.
So that whole Hamlet story, it's ripped off of this Viking story, and you're right. Robert Eggers is a really good director. I mean, The Lighthouse was a fucking amazing movie. He does make movies that are just not really for mass audience, and you're right. You can feel the studio interference in this one. I didn't not enjoy the love story. Like, it didn't bother me and it didn't take me out.
It
Like,
just slowed the movie down. It just slowed it down.
I agree. Yeah, it did slow the movie down, but at the same time, like, it didn't bother me. I think it was just more exciting because, like, they really made him into a berserker, like, and then try to get close to that as historically. With some parts of it, yeah, but other parts of it, just like, this is a little far fetched even for me. That's really into Vikings and in Norse mythology. As far as the volcano scene, it was both. I liked it, but it was also kind of a letdown a little bit. Like, I heard people talking about it on a podcast too, which apparently, I guess my screen was darker than most, unless I got a different version from these other people, because in mine, I didn't know he was fucking butt-ass naked. I didn't know that both of them were supposed to be butt-ass naked, and they were talking about it in their version that, yeah, you can see junk, ass, and everything, and I'm like, what? And I did notice
it's a literal sword fight at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know. But
He said it's a literal sword fight.
Yeah, it's a literal sword fight. But when I saw it, I can see the CG elements. I can see the overlay. I can see the layers of the film itself, of like how they did it to cover them up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm pretty sure you're absolutely right, where the studios were like, you know what, we're going to, like, change this as last minute. Because they do that.
Yeah.
People edit and change things literally up to the last minute. I've heard of editors changing things before the movie's even released the next day. Like, that's how much of a turnaround that they have to do. And mind you, this is during film with projectors that they've done this with. That is extremely hard to fucking do. Okay? So, but yeah, they did changes to it. It did, slowed the film down a lot. There is a lot of elements that I did like about this movie, though. I did love the cinematography to this film. I did really love the ending of the Valkyrie coming down, taking, the Norsemen to Valhalla. Like, there's a lot of things in this film that I really like. And I totally agree. I feel like if A24 had this in their hands, man, they would have fucking destroyed the box office of this film.
Yeah.
I think if they had it in their hand. I mean, I wouldn't say it would go far as like The Green Knight, but at least it would add some like more surrealist elements to the film and make it a little bit more true to nature. And I think they would have definitely gave Robert Eggers like free reign to do what he actually wanted to envision.
He's a proven commodity for them. He did like 2 fire movies for them. He's a proven commodity, and it's interesting to me that like he went to Focus Features to do this movie, and it's like, fuck, man. Focus is still under Universal. I'm sorry. But, Universal still want you to play ball.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I need to step back for a little bit really quick. I need to take this call, but I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
So that would be with my next disappointment. Aaron is going to... What about you, Aaron? Romero? What you got?
Oh, my next disappointment's going to They and Them.
That's my next one, too.
Oh, well, let's rip this shit apart together, brother, and let's be careful. Listen.
We talked about this
Let's be careful.
Yeah.
Let's be careful when we do it. Listen, we let our listeners know that we're from the gristle. We don't play around with these reactions and with these thoughts and stuff like that. We are from the muscle, from the dirt, and we are realistic about everything. So, listen, I think we've talked about this before, man, and I don't know how this is about to go. We got to be careful with this one.
This movie's ass. Let's just say the movie's ass. It's garbage.
Ooh.
It is fucking garbage. And the problem is too, and I started to see it, is that like certain genders, certain races, certain people cannot be victims
Yeah.
anymore because everyone's all triggered about it. I mean, let's just be real about that. You know what I mean? It's like, and these people are. I'm just speaking the way how I speak, so if you guys get offended, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to speak how I speak. I'm not going to censor myself. These people are always fucking, like, the LGBTQ community in this movie are supposed to be the victims, but they're not. At no point in this movie do they feel they are threatened. Right? Am I wrong there? They do not feel like they're threatened at all.
Keep going. Keep going. Preach.
They don't feel like they're threatened, and it's always the counselors that, you know, even though the counselors are despicable and they're doing some horrendous shit, they don't even go far enough with that story. Like, you hear conversion horror stories that are worse than what we are seeing on the fucking screen. And what they do with the chair and the battery.
They drop the ball on.
And what they do with the chair.
They drop the ball on everything.
That's something that you could have done more.
No, go ahead, bro. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So much more with that aspect of it, and then that motivation of the killer would have been so much more sympathetic.
That whole sequence
would have been like on her side.
That whole sequence could have been something, and you used it as like a scapegoat to try to push this story along. And it was just a fucking weak. Oh my god, man! This movie was so. I was rooting for this. Like, I'm gonna say something right now, bro. And I said this like when the trailer dropped. I put this on Facebook when the trailer dropped. I said, as a straight black man, I can't wait to see this fucking movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this movie because they finally got their film. And we know who the target audience is for the most part, but the target audience is also us as horror fans. We're going to watch all types of shit as horror fans. We've been doing this shit for years. We've been watching all types of shit for years. Shit, and I hate to bring up old shit. I don't mean to sound like Smokey on Friday. Why are you bringing up old shit? But you put me on to a French horror film by the name of, what's that shit called?
Martyrs?
Fuck! People, fuck this dude, man, because I'll never recover from that shit, man. But safe to say, we watch, as horror fans, we watch all types of fucking horror movies, man. Whether it's, you know, foreign or LGBT, like, it doesn't matter, man. We're fans of the genre, we're fans of the craft. And I felt like with this trailer, I was like, oh my god, like, this is something different. And you've got Kevin Bacon coming back to a campsite. That's gold in itself. I didn't even recognize Anna Klumsky in the trailer. I was like, my girl 1 and 2 was my shit growing up. And the motherfucker that was the black dude that had to shoot the dog, he was in it. I know you didn't watch Atlanta. You said when I said that people compared it to Twin Peaks, you said you didn't really get into it. But the black dude that shot the dog was in Atlanta. And it was somebody else that was in something else, man. But it's like, these characters could have been something. They could have been something memorable. And you could have had a memorable camp slasher movie and something like in the essence of, excuse me, I know Friday the 13th is big shoes to fill, but anytime you talk about camp slashers, you're going to compare it to Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th,
when you talk about
camp
slashers, it's either Friday the 13th or Sleepaway Camp. It's one of those two. You know
or they might say The Burning.
Yeah, I watched. I actually watched The Burning like a couple years ago. That's actually a solid fucking movie.
You don't like it?
No,
I was about to ask you. Do you like it?
No,
I feel like that should. I feel like it deserves a remake.
The Burning?
I feel like it's. Yeah, I feel like it should be like visceral on the borders of.
That movie's fucking hella mean spirited and hella exploitive. So I don't know.
Exactly, Exactly, and I feel like it should be mean-spirited in the essence of something like, I don't know if you like House of Wax. I know a lot of people hate Paris.
The remake?
But yes, that House of Wax remake. I feel like the person, the same guy that did Black Adam, Jaume Colette Sarah. I always felt like he should do like The Burning. I felt like he should do like a remake of The Burning or some shit. But I don't know, man. I feel like they and them really dropped the ball as far as something new and creative and inventive and unique.
Mm-hmm.
You motherfuckers y'all had the ball up here and was like, listen, we got this new idea, everybody. It's like on Christmas Day, you just dropped the fucking, the platter on the floor in front of everybody.
It's like if Michael Jordan jumped a little too early and hit the rim instead of the net.
Yeah, he got rim blocked. At the last second to fucking win the game, it's like, boom. It's like, nah. Like, that's it. Like, they and them, it sucks, man, because I really, like, some of those characters, it's like, okay, I'm interested to see these characters' journeys, whether it's extreme and out of my element or not. That's one thing I'm learning, like, as, like, a podcaster and as a movie buff, I'm learning to get into films that aren't necessarily my forte. Like, I got to get into different shit. You know what I'm saying? I got to expose myself to different shit so I can find better shit out there.
Yeah.
And I thought They and Them was going to be something like along the lines of that, and it wasn't, man. Like, and Kevin Bacon and Anna Klumsky, like, for them to be the OGs of the show, it's like y'all didn't do much. Y'all was just there for a check.
Yeah.
And if y'all there for a check, then I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. I don't care. Yeah. I don't give a goddamn.
Yeah, that man should have been that should have been a breakout movie of the year, but it wasn't. It was just by the numbers, and it's unfortunate.
Exactly.
It really is. It's. I mean, you can't even say it's by the numbers because it just feels like generic. It feels very generic. It just, like, the motivation is there, but the story is not there because you don't go far enough with what you're trying to do or trying to say with what you're trying to talk about. So, social commentary aside, you fucking completely missed. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. They, them, that's them. That's, yeah. That's that movie, man. Disappointing movie.
Fucked up.
I actually had high hopes
man.
for it. I was actually expecting kind of like a slasher, but a little bit more toned down. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, it was. They bamboozled us, man. They bamboozled us. They really did with that shit. They really did. I don't know if you want to keep with the disappointeds or if we wait for Aaron.
My number one is, I'll just wrap up on this. My number one was Crimes of the Future by David Cronenberg. That was
you watched it?
Disappointing movie. Huh?
I was asking you if you watched it. Yeah. I did a trailer reaction for it, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
I told my listen, man.
Doesn't even know what kind of story it wants to talk about. It's like there's no story, there's no plot, there's no nothing. It's like organs and this and that. It's like, yeah, it's a weird movie for the sake of being weird. That's all it is.
Bro,
You have great.
I told my girl, I was like, listen, I said Johnny watches a lot of movies that I don't watch, and I credit him for this, but I didn't know you watch Crimes of the Future. Like, Cronenberg is not everybody's cup of tea.
Yes.
Cronenberg is somebody that you got to sit down like, all right, I'm about to watch a David Cronenberg movie. Like, let me sit the fuck down and get myself ready for this nonsense. Like, that's what he is. That's what he's about.
History of Violence. I like Eastern Promises. Like, those to me are Cronenberg's best movies, in my opinion.
His best movies for you? Listen, I like the different opinions.
I haven't seen The Brood. That was on
Me either. Is that the movie? That's the movie where the chick's licking the.
Yeah.
She's licking the baby.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was, remember when I texted you when we was getting ready for the stream, and I was like, yo, I'm watching that 101 Scariest Movie Moments. The Brood was in there. Yeah, The Brood was in there, and she's like licking the fetus. I'm like, oh my God, Cronenberg, what the fuck is? Jesus Christ! I feel like Cronenberg's the most toned down movie I've seen from him is what's the one with Christopher Walken? The Dead Zone?
Dead Zone, yes.
That's
a Stephen
King is so. it's so tame. It's so tame, and I wanted so much more. I wanted so much more from him.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal.
Crimes of the Future, man. Everybody's fucking, but no one's coming. That's the best way that I can put that.
Story of our lives. Welcome to 2022, people.
Yup.
Everyone, he said everyone's fucking, but no one's coming. Listen, that is t-shirt material right there. God damn, he said everyone's fucking, but no one's coming. And you need somebody like Al Bundy on the shirt. That's just like I don't
right?
You know what
yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Oh no, shit. We put you on the front of the shirt, man. That's our merch. That's the merch for the show right there. We just put you on the front. You just like fuck. Said everyone's fucking, but no one. Yo, I swear to God, that's gold. We're not gonna say that too much because somebody might steal it.
Yeah.
We know what we said.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, we know what we said. Yeah, please.
Have you ever
please,
seen the movie
please.
Crash?
Not
the one with
which one?
Bullock, the one from 1997.
I have not.
With James Spader and Holly Hunter. It's another Cronenberg film.
What is that?
So,
oh my God!
It's another Cronenberg film, and it's commentary on pornography and sex in general. Because Crimes of the Future is about sex in some weird way, which is why my quote makes sense there. Once you watch it, you'll understand. Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay.
So,
in
Crash, they have the same thing, but it's like they're not using regular holes. They're using scars as. There's a sequence in it's pretty bad, bro. You have to experience this movie, bro, to get this. Like, I'm telling you.
What the fuck is this called?
Crash.
And this is not the Crash that I just watched a couple days ago, right?
No, that's Crash about the LAPD. This is Crash of like a little car crash. And it's a group of sex addicts who are addicted to crashing cars. It's insane. But I feel like Crimes of the Future is like trying to be that movie, but it can't be that movie because you can't be that exploitive in this kind of world that we live in, this political, social world that we live in now. You can't do that no more. So, yeah. So that would be my number one. Crimes of the Future is my number one disappointing movie of the year.
Damn. Well, I mean, I have more, but if I got to pick one out of these last ones, I'm going to go with Oh my goodness, I don't know, because I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more on my list. But listen, I'm going to narrow this down to one. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to choose for my most disappointing. I'm going to go with Smile. Okay. I almost went with Barbarian, but I'm going to go with... Okay. I almost went with Barbarian, but I'm gonna go with Smile, and I'm going to tell you why.
I don't agree with that. I get that.
I would have said Barbarian, but there really were no expectations with it. There were expectations with it when I got into watching it at some point, and something happened. I'm not going to spoil it because there's probably people out there watching that.
I know what you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that first scare fucked me up bad, and I'm not gonna put it in that category just because of that. But Smile, I remember seeing the trailer for it, and it was on like Fangoria or something. And I'm not trying to downplay Fangoria, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like when I see trailers that are on Fangoria and certain websites, like if it's not, excuse me, if it's not hard as trending mainstream, and I'm not a mainstream type of guy, but I guess I'm biased in this category. I don't like. I'm not gonna watch I'm not gonna jump to a trailer reaction that's like the Merman from Beyond.
Yeah.
Fangoria's promoting this trailer. Like I know what the fuck it is. So Smile, when I saw it, wasn't really getting like big promotion like that. I was like, whatever. But I remember finally going and watching this trailer, and I'm like, okay, let me see what this shit's hitting for. And the whole trailer, I'm like, same old shit, same old supernatural shit. Then at the end, when that girl walks up to that, and her head spins down, I jumped. I was like, oh shit! Like I don't do that. It takes a lot, bruh. As a black man, it takes a lot to scare me, like in horror movies, and that shit had me jump, and I laughed. Like I jumped and I shouted, but I laughed after that. I was cracking up. I'm like, oh shit! I said yes. I want this. I want to see this. I want to go see this, man. This is not my type of movie. I don't like the paranormal, Babadook, and all of this type of shit, but I want to see this. So I saw a second trailer. They still advertised that shit, showed a little bit more, and then I watched the movie in its entirety. And when that shit happens, you don't have a moment that lives up to it. You know, there's a moment in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it because a lot of people might have not seen it, but there's a moment where they try to do something with the main character and the evil entity, and I'm just like,
yeah.
You didn't do this before in the entire movie, but you want to do it now, and it's like, okay, I don't know what y'all are doing right now. The boyfriend disappeared, the cat's dead, like, come on, man, Kumar is in the mix. Without Harold, I can't deal with what's going on, man. Like it was so much shit happening in this movie, but nothing happening at all. And then, first of all, what rubbed me the wrong way, why would y'all cast Jesse T. Usher as the girl's boyfriend? Like, if you're gonna cast a black boyfriend for the white girl, I'm cool with that. I don't have no problem with interracial relationships. But don't cast this non-active motherfucker. Like, I don't care if people like The Boys. I don't like him in The Boys. I don't like him in Smile. I don't like him in fucking Shaft. I don't like him in Independence Day. I don't like him in Almost Christmas. He's ass.
Hey, wait.
What?
Wait. You're
What
definitely not going to like him in Beverly Hills Cop then.
He's in Beverly Hills Cop 4?
I think he's Axel's son.
Ooh, it's my last cup of beer. I don't even want Ooh, you made me crush it. You almost made me crush this joint. Are you serious? Are you fucking with me right now?
Let me see it. Because I know he was in talks to play Axel's son.
Oh my God, no.
Let's see.
Yo.
Looking up. Okay, no, never mind. So what it was is that he was actually supposed to play Axel's son in the TV series that's on CBS that was supposed to be piloted before he got The Boys. But the pilot failed.
He's not good, man. He's not good. I just don't like him in nothing. He's not good. He's like a black Jai Courtney, or like a black Scott Eastwood, or a black Sam Worthington. I don't like him in nothing. Nothing.
Oh, they're definitely gonna hate Avatar then. Holy shit, man.
Listen. I'll deal with Avatar just strictly for the visuals, because that is one of the most beautiful fucking trailers I have ever seen in my life. Ever.
Yeah, so, Kevin is in Beverly Hills Cop 4. So, I didn't know that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay, man. We'll see what's up, man.
Henry Cavill just confirmed he will not be returning as Superman.
What?
Yeah.
Shut up.
We just got the news 20 minutes ago. Swear to God, Henry Cavill just tweeted. Oh, people, this is breaking news. He said, this is Henry Cavill's tweet. He said, have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For
My TikTok is starting to look a lot fucking better now. When I said, DC, you wrong for that fucking post-credit scene. You wrong for that, motherfucker.
He said, for those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember, Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to where the cape has passed, and what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. Oh, man! Henry Cavill's gone! Well, I guess it's time for Nicolas Cage to come back and Tim Burton to finally get his movie off the ground. You know what I'm saying? He put fucking $2 million into that post-production.
So
or that pre-production.
Where does this leave DC?
Listen, bro. I don't want to get a headache talking about where this leaves DC because DC
God, bro.
Fucked.
That's big fucking news.
He just was in the post-credit. Listen, spoiler alert, people. I'm sorry if you've been tuning in this long. But he was just in the fucking post-credit sequence for Black Adam, and I was surprised at that. Even though The Rock kind of leaked it. He didn't kind of, but he blatantly leaked
it. He just did it. And he's like, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm not saying Henry Cavill's coming back as Superman, but I'm saying he's in my post-credit sequence. Haha. The Rock. But
so
damn, dog,
James Gunn just tweeted, among those on the slate is Superman. In the initial stages, our story will be focusing on an earlier part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we could be more over the moon about. We will be sharing some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the new year. I am writing, James Gunn. I am writing. I have been for a while. We don't know who is directing. He's referring to a fan question asking if he's going to be directing Superman. He is writing Superman. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
Please
bro.
Tell me this isn't an origin movie.
They don't know what the fuck they doing over there, man.
Okay.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This just gives more credence to Jason Momoa playing Lobo then.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Aquaman's done. And I was actually disappointed because I was one of the people that was like, okay, well, what if Aquaman 2 and they just exceeded their budget to do reshoots for Aquaman 2 recently? So if that movie's great, what do you want to do? Just not make a part 3 and just cast him as Lobo? Like, they don't know, bro. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're sailing blind at this point, and it's really bad.
Okay, so it's
such a bad look, man.
You have Peacemaker, which is part of the Snyderverse. You have Shazam on the way in March, which is also part of the Snyderverse. What the fuck are
Wonder Woman 3 got canceled.
The Flash movie better.
Harley Quinn spinoff. Listen, I'm still waiting on it. Now, as far as the most anticipated movies, that's on my list. I'm still waiting on it. I know Ezra Miller is fucked up. Listen, I pray for him. I pray because mental health. Because mental health is a big thing, bro. It is a big thing. I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree.
I know, but I know there's a big but. Pee Wee Herman was like, everyone I know has a big but. But that, like, I know, man. I know. I know. I know. I
You
know.
fucking
I know.
foul for
I
that,
know.
bro. You fucking foul for that.
I know. I couldn't resist. But it's like the Flash was definitely like when we talk when on the most anticipated list, the Flash is what? 1, 2, third on my list. No bullshit. Third on my most anticipated list. Because I know Ezra Miller is not right in the head. I know he's going through some shit that maybe he feels like he's not in control of. And maybe he is in control of it. But it's like we've forgiven a lot of actors and filmmakers for way more. You know, we just talked about the Jeepers Creepers franchise.
Yeah, but we don't forgive him for that, though. There's a difference.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't.
There's a
But
difference.
I want to see Michael Keaton. I want to see Michael Keaton, and I want to see Supergirl. I'm sorry, I'm selfish.
We're not getting.
Selfish
I
as
don't know,
shit.
man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. That's wow. That's crazy.
Well, what are one of your like most anticipated? Since we're talking about future shit, what is this? A good segue. What are one of your most anticipated movies of next year?
Okay, well, my number one
Since we're
is
talking about
Across the Spider-Verse. That's my number one.
I did watch the trailer for that, and I actually was very fucking. That's one of those trailers that you watch and you got to go back and, oh my god, there's this. Oh my god. Oh shit! Like you feel like a kid again, bro. Like I was watching it like, yeah, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it was a great fucking trailer.
That is trailer, and
I did see the.
You know, I was not into like the first one because that was not a movie that I wanted to see because of Sony. And then I talked to my friend R, and he told me about the movie, and he was like, "Nah, dude, you got to watch it, bro. Like probably one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time." And I watched it when we was on lockdown during the holidays, funny enough, and I was blown away. Oh my god, this is amazing.
That shit, bro.
Movie. This is a really good movie. Yeah, and I can't recommend this movie enough, man. Across the Spider-Verse is my number one anticipated movie. We were supposed to see it this year, but it got pushed back. So I am very curious to see what they do with this movie.
I think it'll be worth it. Like I remember, I didn't even really want to watch it at first, but when it was like streaming on like TV and stuff like that, my daughter made me watch it, and I was like, we both sat down. I'm like, yo, this shit is. Like, there was shit for her and me in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's shit for different generations through the movie, and I'm like, I like that. Like, the fact that they can merge the audiences, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? That goddamn, that wasn't even on my list.
Yeah,
as far as animation goes, it's not first on my list, but as far as animation goes, like, I'll piggyback off of, like, your first pick. Super Mario Brothers is on my list for next year.
I was not
Super Mario
excited.
Brothers.
I saw that trailer. Yeah, I would agree. I'm on board. I don't give a fuck how Chris Pratt sounds, bro. I don't. I want to see this shit now. Rainbow Road, Mario Kart.
Everybody was like, "Oh, he doesn't sound like Mario." I said, "Listen, he doesn't sound like Mario to a T, but everything else they're giving us. They gave you the penguin.
Yes.
That you throw off the fucking
block,
the ledge and what?
Yeah.
Princess Peach is a badass. She's whipping the shit around like, yeah, no pressure. You just gotta save the kingdom, no pressure. Mario's going through training camp.
That training level is a Smash Brothers level. That is like one of the first Smash Brothers levels. Like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, there is a lot of Easter eggs and references and callbacks to the game.
He's got the suit from part 3 too.
The people that are behind this movie obviously love this franchise. So
let me ask you.
What's that?
So let me ask you. How's this make you feel about the original, the 1993 version?
I know you love that version. I don't fuck what anyone says. I don't fuck what anyone says. I don't fuck. Dude, an Englishman and a Puerto Rican playing Italian. It does not get better than that. Not only that, he's Puerto Rican. It's from Brooklyn and not Queens, so that even makes it even better. Because the Mario Brothers, if I'm not mistaken, are supposed to be from Queens.
Supposed to be. Oh, god damn.
Hey,
I can't do this
let's
shit,
just be
man.
honest. If it wasn't for Batman, you wouldn't get that version of the Mario Brothers, son. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh my god. What, Batman 89?
Yeah. Because that
That's
movie
true.
wanted to be
You said
dark and gloomy.
you said
just
that.
like
You said that. You said that. And I remember on one of the episodes you said that, and you mentioned Dick Tracy, you mentioned Ninja Turtles, you mentioned
Yeah.
a lot of comic book and comic strip properties too. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, listen, another one that's
You know
on my
what,
most
bro?
anticipated list.
In April, I propose this. I propose we do a
What is
watch along of the Mario Brothers movie to get ready for Super Mario Brothers, the movie. That should be
Was
our
I
next
drunk for Halloween?
commentary.
Was I drunk for Halloween Resurrection?
No, you were getting there though.
All right, well, I'm gonna be ripped for Super Mario Brothers because I watched you watched Double Toasted, right?
Yeah.
They did a bad movie review for Super Mario Brothers, and I watched it tonight, like a little bit of it tonight, and it's rough. It's rough, bruh.
Yeah, that's
rough one.
it's fucking entertaining as fuck though, man. I'm gonna get a fucking Slurpee just for fucking old time sakes. That's what I'm gonna go do.
You know what one of my other most anticipated is
What's
on
that?
my list, and I don't give a shit what anybody got to say about it. Is it's Fast 10.
Which
You
one?
already know it's Fast 10.
Oh, Fast 10.
Yes. Listen, they upped the budget for this movie's production, and we've got Jason Momoa playing the villain. And
You better not turn good at the end of the fucking movie because that's becoming a really annoying pattern.
listen, no, I agree 200%, and I'm
really
tired of that
annoying.
shit. Let me tell you something. We haven't really, I have not talked about Wakanda Forever, and that was definitely on one of my best of this year. That is a movie that I almost brought my rating down for that movie because I'm tired of movies and TV shows doing this whole forgiveness angle that we keep running through. Some of my favorite properties are doing this shit. Like, I don't know if you watched The Shy, the TV show. The Shy, it's like a hood TV show.
Yeah,
The Shy does it.
I heard of it, but
Yeah.
I haven't sat down and watched it yet.
The Shy, somebody will kill your cousin on the street, and then in season 2, they'll walk up to you like, man, I wish I could do something to you, but I forgive you because I know why you did it, and I'm going to go this way. No, like, you killed somebody I love, and then The Walking Dead will be like, I know you killed my husband and my kids and everything I love, but I'm going to go this way because I chose a better path. And it's like, I'm tired of this shit. Fast and Furious does the same shit.
Isn't even that forgiving.
Exactly. Franklin Saint will blow your fucking brains out. Yeah. He don't give a fuck if you related to him or not.
He'll forgive
and
you
I hate
and
when
then blow your brains out. I.e. Andre.
that was god damn. That was a bad one, yo. I forgot all about that one. He said, I eat Andre. He said, I eat Andre. Oh my God. He laid him out cold, like right on the table. Just flat. That's it. Like, oh my God. That was, yo. And then, like, didn't he try to keep it from Melody, like, for the longest time?
Mm-hmm. But she knew. She fucking knew.
Yeah, she knew. But she tried to kill him, though. And she missed. And she missed, though. God damn. Yeah, that was a cold-ass scene, yo. But it's like, the Fast and Furious franchise definitely does that. Because it's like, all right, Shaw killed Han. Okay, he didn't kill Han, but he still tried to kill y'all. And you trust him enough to save your son after he tried to kill y'all before you knew Han was alive, before you knew he didn't really kill Han when y'all thought he killed him. And it's come on, man. And then y'all got to work with Cypher and all of this shit when she tried to kill, when she killed Dom's baby mom and all this. Stop. Can we get back to killing villains and shit? I get it. They want to keep the universe open so they can get spin-offs. Spin-offs are the new things now. But it gets annoying after a while. I want high stakes. I want this new Fast and Furious movie to Avengers Infinity War. Somebody has to die. Somebody got to die, and at the end of the fucking movie, yo, what do we do now? Oh my God, do we call Hobbs? Do we call Brian? And then the movie just goes off. That's it. Somebody got to die. I don't know if it's going to be Ramsey. I don't know if it's going to be Roman. It ain't going to be Roman, but it might be Ramsey. She's not a throwaway character, but she ain't been around that long.
She's kind of signed on to do this Fast and Furious spinoff with all the women.
Oh, with all the women. Okay, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but
so Michelle, Jordana Brewster, Charlize Theron, Natalie Emmanuel. I think they're all on board to do the female-led.
And I'm with that too. But they need a death where at the end of it we Infinity War this shit on some Thanos vehicular warfare. Oh shit, we got our asses whooped. What do we do now?
Kill John Cena.
Listen, I'm cool with that, but the fact that I actually enjoyed John Cena more than I thought I would in Fast 9, I kind of want him to stick around. I don't know why. I thought he was going to get on my nerve. When I saw him in Fast 9, I'm like, oh, he's playing Dom's brother. I was like, no, I don't fuck with John Cena, but he was actually decent in that movie for what he did. I just wish their fight sequence was a lot longer.
Better.
But somebody has to die. Somebody has to die, and then at the end, we need that Avengers Assemble moment with all the cars. We need Eva Mendes back. We need fucking Cole Hauser back. We need Jin. We need Michael Ealy. We need everybody from all the movies. We need DK, and we need fucking Bow Wow and everybody from all the Fast and Furious movies.
I'm not sure Cole Hauser is going to be able to escape the Yellowstone Ranch, so I think that's a big no-no.
That's what he got going on, huh?
Yeah, he's on Yellowstone.
The yellow. And he put some pounds on him too. I think I saw a production photo with him, and I was like, okay. I was like, but
he looks like
it's always good to see Cole. I always
like a caveman, dude. For real.
I always liked Cole Hauser though. I always liked him, but he always. I'm not gonna lie. He always scared the shit out of me because when he was in Higher Learning, he scared the. He scared the shit out of me. He said,
bro.
He was the skinhead. He was like,
he was the leader.
He was the skinhead. He's like, I'll beat you. He said, I'll beat you to the fucking ground, boy. He was talking to Michael Rappaport. Yo, he was scary as shit in that jaw. He was scary as shit in that movie.
Oh man.
He said, first off, don't ever touch me again. He said, I'll beat you to the fucking ground, boy.
Let's see.
But yeah, no, I got a little sidetracked. Fast 10, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Fast 10. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that. I'm very curious. I will raise your Fast 10, and I will fucking double it with Tom Cruise and Dead Reckoning Part 1.
That is, hold up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on my list right now. But it is on my list nonetheless.
I mean, come on, dude. MI7, you brought back Kittredge from the first one. We're finally going to get to see Kittredge back, so that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see this movie.
And he did all his own stuff. First of all, the only reason, I'm going to tell you right now, the only reason that the Mission Impossible franchise is not better than the Fast and Furious franchise is because they cheat. They do all their own stuff. These motherfuckers be cheating. Like, Tom Cruise is really skating on the edge of that cliff to jump off with what
he's really hanging on for dear life on that airplane, let me tell you. That's really
good. Sit your ass down, man. Like when they said that he was rumored to be like an Iron Man variant in Doctor Strange 2, I was like, this motherfucker really wants the Mach 5 or whatever suit to fly around in on set. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop. You cheating now.
Yep.
But no, that Mission Impossible trailer looks fucking great.
Fire.
It looks amazing, man. All the movies, that's a series where they do not disappoint. They get better and better and better. Like the action, the character development, everything gets better, man. Like every single time, and you don't get tired of your main character. I love
really
it.
hope they bring back Jeremy Renner in some way, shape, or form within the next
He's
2
not in that new
movies.
trailer.
No,
I want him to because. No, go ahead.
Well, because he was only in Ghost Protocol and in Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation, yeah.
But in Rogue Nation, he was filming Tag at the same time while doing pickup shots for Infinity War. So that's why he was sidelined in Rogue Nation while he was at the White House instead of on the field.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the reason Hawkeye has a broken arm
liked him a
is
lot,
because
man.
he broke his arm in Tag. And he had to go back and fucking film scene for Infinity War. I'm like, fuck.
And didn't they CG his arm in Tag or some shit like that?
Yeah, they CG the cast off.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I like Jeremy Renner's addition in the Mission Impossible movies a lot because there's that one scene, and I watched what was it? The first one he was in
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol. I watched that probably like a month and a half ago, and I remember that scene where Tom Cruise is like wiping his face off. He's at the sink, and he hears them arguing in the background, and he hears Jeremy Renner going off on his team, and he's like, "You're just an analyst, right?" He's like, "Who are you?" And then he like calls his bluff, like he really calls his bluff, and then when he pulls the gun out, Jeremy Renner he does.
Yeah.
I love that fucking scene, bro. Like I love that shit.
The way they did that. My next one.
Yeah, and you could tell that choreography was fire.
Yeah, my next one is Evil Dead Rise, or Evil Dead Rise. I have no idea what the fuck.
I didn't even have that on my list. You didn't have that on your list?
Yeah.
I didn't. Because I don't know what to expect. I'm so spoiled with the remake.
I'm anticipating it. You have Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell producing the movie. Sam Raimi wrote the script. So if Raimi wrote
the script,
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because it was his idea why they greenlit it.
Oh Lord!
My only issue though is that it's a new story and it's new characters. So Ash Williamson's not gonna be in it, and neither is Mia from the remake, which pisses me off.
Yeah,
that pisses me off. Like, what the fuck, bro? Because I really want to see it.
I mean, as it should. Like, I feel like with that post-credit sequence, fans should get their merged. I mean, who knows? We might get that. I don't know.
Maybe.
And have you seen the shots that they're releasing from the new movie?
Yeah, I just saw them right now with the woman over the lake. I was like,
that shit looks. Yeah, that looks a little crazy, man. Like I looked at that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. And then the other one was kind of like.
So this movie was actually written and directed by Lee Cronin.
Why does that name sound familiar? Shit.
See, he did a lot of short films. Oh shit! He directed A Hole in the Ground. That was a fucking solid movie. I don't know if you saw that.
Somebody told me to watch that a while back, and I never got around to it.
That's a really good movie. Fucking fire. Yeah, Hole in the Ground is actually a really good movie. So yeah, that kind of actually eases me really because I know this is in good hands now. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean I'm interested in Evil Dead. I'm gonna be real. I was always one of those, like growing up. I was one of those Army of Darkness kids. Army of Darkness was my favorite, and then I remember I think that was always the first one I saw, and then I saw them all backwards. I saw Army of Darkness, loved that shit, watched it back to back because I had it on VHS. Then I remember I had was it Dead by Dawn, and I watched it, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. This chick with the chain, was that with the chick had the chainsaw and she was like decapitated or some shit like that? Yeah. And then I went back and I got like the special edition DVD for the first one, and I was like, okay, let me watch this and try to like appreciate where this came from. And I'm like, all right, I see where Sam Raimi came from, but then the remake came out in like 2003, and I say, yeah, this is more my cup of tea. This is something I can take seriously, and this shit made me. It takes a lot to make me like cringe. Evil Dead remake had me bitching from start to finish. And that shit will always hold a special place in my heart. And if you're not trying to be better than that movie, as far as like effectiveness, I don't even want it. I don't. I know they're going more towards. They're going to gear more towards like the Sam Raimi shit. Again, they got to kiss. They got to kiss the ring.
Going to be geared more to like the first one rather than the first, than 2 and 3. So this one's actually going to kind of be geared more to the first one, which is a little bit more darker and scarier, rather than Dead by Dawn, where it's a little bit more shtick. Because, fun fact, New Line Cinema owned the original Evil Dead movie. They owned the rights to it, which is why they had to remake Evil Dead and Dead by Dawn, which is why you get that little awkward recap at the beginning of the movie. So technically, Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn is actually Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn Part 1, and Army of Darkness is a sequel. This is a movie that can actually have multiversal consequences, because they even explained that in Ash vs. Evil Dead in the last season.
Oh, Lord. These multiverses are getting a little goddamn ridiculous right now. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. I'll stick with it. Damn it.
New Line. Blame New Line. They're the ones that held on the rights.
New Line. They've been fucked up since the beginning of time. But I'll stick with them, man. I will stick with them. What's
your next one?
What's another
movie?
My next anticipated, I'm not gonna lie, is Indiana Jones and the Dial.
That actually looks fucking fire. That actually looks fire. The Dial of Destiny, that looks fire. James Mangold
for a send off.
James Mangold, come on, dude. The motherfucker gave us Logan.
Logan,
the line.
And I'm like, with a director like that, he's used to giving send offs.
Yeah.
So if he could give us send-offs the way he has, this shit might be a little bit special. I know a lot of people didn't like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I actually liked it. I think the CG was a little... Yeah, I like that movie a lot. And I feel like if anything, it was the CG ants and the monkeys that was a little overload. I could deal with the alien shit. We gotta up the ante. But when you get the Jumanji monkeys swinging with Shia LaBeouf and shit, like, it gets to be a lot. But it was a classic Indiana Jones movie, from the punches to the score to the action to the way that it was framed. I loved it. But this one, it feels like a little more
back to basics.
Do I want to say it feels a little more grounded? Like, it feels a little more grounded, like, as far as like the first couple movies go. Because I went back and watched Temple of Doom a couple nights ago, and that's my template. Like, if you are not fucking with the Temple of Doom, don't give me no Indiana Jones movie at all. That's my shit. And I know we're not gonna get that. Technically speaking, we're not gonna get that. But James Mangold, like, for him to helm like a finale for Harrison Ford, and for Harrison Ford to come back at like 80 years old, he's gonna do a lot of his own stunts, but you can see in the trailer a lot of that shit's not him. That motherfucker's not on that train. That motherfucker's not on that horse. This ain't true. And I said this in my trailer reaction. I was like, motherfucker, this ain't True Lies. Like, Harry Tasker did it first in True Lies. Put some spec on Arnold's name. Don't do that. But that is definitely one of my most anticipated movies, because we're getting a lot of good send-offs for a lot of beloved characters this year. And I love that shit. Like, I really love that shit. Wait.
That's a good one. I like that. Indiana Jones. My next one, Beast Wars, the movie. Transformers.
You mean Transformers: Rise of the Beast?
Yeah.
I was about to say, stop. Like, I was about to say, what you talking about, man? Like, please.
Beast Wars, bro. That's literally a Beast Wars movie. Have you ever watched that cartoon?
I did, But if I was comparing it to anything when I saw that trailer, I was comparing it to like, I feel like that director Stephen Cable Jr. for Transformers. He should direct the next Power Rangers movie.
He'd be, yeah, I totally agree. I could totally see that. Yeah, I'm actually
He
curious to see
should
what they do with
definitely.
the. I'm really curious to see what they do with the Optimus Primal. I'm wondering if the T-Rex is going to be the bad guy or if it's going to be Megatron. I want to know. They brought back Jazz, who was killed off in the first one. So is this a reboot or is this a continuation story of the franchise?
I
And where
know
does Bumblebee
that
fit in?
this.
Because if you think about it, in the trailer, Bumblebee has the original Camaro that he was before he transformed into the 2007 Camaro. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know because this one is supposedly taking place in the 90s. So like I don't know if Wiki is around in this one. I don't know if fucking
It'd be kind of
I don't
weird
remember
to do this in the 90s because, like, don't you think that would be like a pretty big significant event, like dinosaurs coming out? You know what I mean? Transforming. Don't you think
listen,
people would have like?
I know when they start going to war, that was it for me.
Yeah.
That was all I needed.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That's gonna be a fucking fire movie. I cannot wait. And then my next one, this is actually kind of personal. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This one's by,
Oh yeah?
yeah, man. This one's coming out in August. This one's done by the same group that did The Boys and Invincible. So I am very curious to see what they're going to do with this fucking movie.
Are we getting R-rated shit?
What's that? I don't know. I don't know if it's
Are we
R-rated,
getting?
but
Oh, I was about
that'd
to
be fucking
say.
ill. That'd be ill, man.
I was about to
But
say.
I don't
I
know if
was
it's animated
about
or
to
if it's
say.
live action. So I don't know exactly where this movie is going to be. If it is
I
live
did not
action,
know
I
they
hope
were
they
making
bring back the
another
rubber
Teenage Mutant
suits.
Ninja Turtles.
They better
Yeah,
bring back the rubber suits.
please do. Please do. Like, I appreciate CG and all of that shit and where we come in technology, but come on, like, can we get back to the rubber suits, please?
Yeah,
Wait, do I got time to take a piss before we check out of this shit?
yeah, yeah.
All right, hold on. Hold on 2 seconds.
Let me see. It is a. Let's see. This looks like it's going to be an animated movie in a 2D style CG animation similar to Spider-Man. Oh, what? This is okay. Okay, yes, I'm fucking there, dude. I am fucking there. If this is an animated film, this is gonna be fucking fire. I cannot wait. Paramount Pictures. I'll fucking hope they come through, man. They better come through. Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, you better come through for me, dog. For real. You guys did such a great job with the boys and the animated series there. Guys gotta come through for me here, man. Just to rattle off some more anticipated films. Creed 3. Very curious to see where they go with Apollo's with Creed with Adonis's story after Creed 2. I thought Creed 2 was kind of a lackluster movie. I hope Creed 3 really brings back the mustard that franchise deserves. John Wick 4. I mean, you got Donnie fucking Yen in John Wick 4 and Hakuro Sanada in this movie. that is fucking gold. That is gold. You need, yeah. John Wick 4 definitely tops. It's at least top 3 anticipated films of next year. And then the next one is Renfield. Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield and Nicolas Cage as Dracula and Awkwafina playing the love interest. Directed by Chris McKay. Yeah. That's gonna be fucking dope. That's gonna be fucking really dope. That's gonna be dope. And that's pretty much it. Those are like the only movies I'm really looking forward to like next year. I think next year is gonna be a really solid year for movies again. We got legacy sequels, we got horror movies, you know. So yeah. The only one, Last Voyage of the Detmer. That's another good one by Andre Overdahl. That's the movie about Dracula on. Last Voyage of the Detmer. That's another movie that I'm really looking forward to. That's actually Dracula's transportation from Transylvania to London, where he kills all the sailors. That's going to be another fucking good movie. I'm very curious to see where they go with that movie. Not a whole lot of news or updates about that, but we'll see where that one goes. $7:15. Well, if you're just joining us, we were just wrapping up on our anticipated films of 2023. On mine, I have Spider-Verse, Mutant Mayhem, Dead Reckoning, Beast Wars, John Wick 4, Renfield. So yeah. 1 second.
I am back in the mix, everyone. And of course, when I come back in the mix, Johnny is nowhere to be found.
I thought I heard like my fucking smoke
he
alarm.
he always shows up when I need him. No, my bad, bro.
Yeah. So, we're about to wrap up soon. So, this is going to be our final R&Z of the year. I'm going to take a little break for the holidays. I propose to do our top 10 films of 2022. There are 5 films that I still need to see if they're even worthy on being the top 10. What do you think?
Listen, you know what I think for January? We should, there's not a lot of New Year's Eve or New Year driven films, are there?
Strange Days, New Year's Evil. Strange Days.
What did Samuel L. Jackson say? He said, "You shut your face." Oh my gosh, Strange Days with what was that, Ralph Fiennes and Angela Bassett?
Tom Sizemore.
Yo, I have not. I've seen it once, and that was back when cable had like HBO 1, HBO 2, HBO 3. I don't remember it. I would watch it again. But you got that. You got Go. I don't know if you've seen Go, the 1999 movie.
Is that the one with Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes and Tim Oliphant, Sarah Polley. Oh shit, what's the dude's name that was in the Ninja Turtles? We were just talking about Ninja Turtles. William Fincher. Breckin Meyer was in that shit. Yeah, you got some New Year's themed movies, man.
Let's see.
I mean, we could figure it out. We could figure shit out eventually.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. So far, all I'm seeing is a bunch of fucking romantic movies, though. Like, what the fuck?
Listen.
Snowpiercer. I think that's a New Year's movie.
Is it really? No, I have not. I've heard like a lot of people reviewing it like around the time when it came out. It would come out a couple years ago.
Came out I know it came out right before Captain America, the first
Oh
one,
shit,
like
that was like
2006, 2007.
goddamn. Man, that was definitely more than a couple years ago. So my math was all off for that one. But yeah, I've never seen that one either. Look, I'm always down for new ones, bro. Like I am. I just put on my list, my watch list today for sure. I need to watch Donnie Darko. Never seen it. A
I don't
Scanner
know.
Darkly.
That's actually a
Was
good
it Donnie
double
Darko?
feature.
Scanner
That's a
Darkly.
good double feature.
What?
Scanner Darkly and Donnie
What? Which
Darko.
one? Is it really?
Yeah, dude, that
I'm
would be a
I'm
really
glad I.
good like trippy double feature because both
Yeah,
they're
because
both fucking with the same kind of themes.
Yeah, because one of my homegirls recommended it to me, and she lives down south, and she's into like trippy shit. So she was like, "Listen, bro, Donnie Darko, you would not be disappointed." And I'm like, "All right, whatever."
You have to
But
pay attention
I put
to
on the
that movie
list,
though. That's a movie that you have to really pay attention to because if you miss one
yeah, and just
fucking
lock
thing,
into.
if you miss one thing, that ending won't work.
Okay, yeah, I got that on the list. I got Donnie Darko, Scanner Darkly, Delicatessen. Um, oh shit, what's the other movie? I gotta finish this movie called Brick with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's like an indie film.
Yeah,
It
wait,
won like a lot
was
of
it
independent film
like a
festivals.
wannabe PI where he's trying to find like this chick or something?
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
slow
yeah, yeah.
burn. It's a
And
slow
and
burn.
and the only reason I wanted to watch that is because I used to have Cry Wolf on DVD, and when I used to put the DVD in, it would show the preview for Brick, and I was like, this movie actually looks decent. Plus, Megan Good is in it. Megan Good is everything, so I watch anything she's fucking in. But Brick is on the list. I've never, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. I've never seen Blow. I've never seen Blow
Really?
before. I gotta go. I've never seen it. Yeah, yeah, bro. Like you'd be surprised. My watch list is. I keep telling people my watch list is disrespectful. It's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
blow, bro. What the
There's a lot
fuck,
of shit.
bro? That's
I know there's a lot of shit I haven't seen that would get my movie card pulled for sure.
man,
There's a lot of shit.
that's a
I know.
gangster movie, bro. What the fuck?
I do know. I do know. Pee Wee Herman's in it.
Yeah, Derek for real. Derek for real.
Paul Rubens is
He's
in that
badass.
shit for sure.
He's badass in that movie for
My
sure.
guy. Yeah, I got a watch list out the ass, man. I gotta just catch up on it. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. So we'll touch base and see what we'll do in January. We'll be back then. After that, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it moving, people. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, I know we were out of commission, people. I take full responsibility for that. That was my fault. I had a lot of shit going on. Johnny kept this shit alive, and I appreciate you for that, bro. Always and forever, man. Thank you for even doing this and keeping this shit going, man. Cause I be having those days, man, where it's just like, yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling a little sick. But then I remember texting you the other day. I was like, look, man, even if I got this cough, like we gonna do this shit. Fuck it, cause we've been away for too long, and
Yeah,
we actually
done, bro.
got a nice little following, man, and we appreciate y'all. We
Yeah.
definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in and following us, and whether separately or together, we appreciate all the listeners and all the supporters and all of that type of stuff, man.
So in January, I will be moving the replays to YouTube so you can get the podcast version of this episode, and I'll be breaking these up into segments as well to garner up more views and listeners. So we appreciate everyone out there that dropped a comment, follows us. Appreciate you. Without you, we wouldn't be doing this. Till then, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and we will see you in January. All right. So till then, be safe, stay scary, and always tune in to RNZ every first and third Wednesday on Instagram. Peace.